Oh, my God. Schism by Tool. Good morning, everybody. You like that one, Chris Distefano?
No, I do like it, and I'll be honest with you. You told me it was Tool.
Yeah.
But I'm just, I really had two bands went through my head who I would, if you would have asked me, guess who it was. And I'm just being 100% honest with you. And my guesses would have been that was either Korn or Puddle of Mud.
You know what? Travis, those aren't bad guesses.
Korn's not a bad guess.
Because considering, you don't really know rock music, I will accept those, too.
Okay.
Even Puddle of Mud a little bit.
Yeah. I would have just thought one of those two.
Even though the Puddle of Mud guy is a complete dick.
Did you see that video?
I haven't seen the video yet. I heard all about it. But supposedly, he was going off on one of his rants?
Yeah.
And then his whole band left.
They left the stage.
They finally were like, God, this guy's a dick.
And then
they left the fucking show.
And then the venue cut his mic, and they just started playing music like they usually. You know how music plays kind of like before a show starts.
Right. Yeah.
They just started playing music again.
Somebody else's band.
What was the rant about?
I don't know.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I didn't watch all. It's sad.
And now he's just sitting there. Is he a drug addict or something?
I don't know what he's on, but he's on something.
He is on something. I liked Puddle of Mud for a while there. Did you ever like Puddle of Mud, Travis?
No.
Never?
No.
Too much like Kurt Cobain?
Too much like the whole Kurt Cobain, Eddie Vedder, I sound just like you thing. No,
yeah.
I know Courtney Love absolutely didn't like the Puddle of Mud guy. I call him the Puddle of Mud guy because I don't know his name even.
I always three bands with three names.
Yeah.
I always would gravitate to. I remember I used to listen to some Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
I would listen to Fountains of Wayne and Color Me Bad.
A horrible fucking trio of bands.
Those are the bands I used to listen to.
I will openly admit, I really like doing radio with Chris Distefano because he's such a fucking weirdo. And he's so proud of what he says. Like the other day you were in here just talking about bunny bread and you're just so happy. I need some of that happiness in my own life.
Yeah, man, you just got to be happy with it. My Aunt Janet made the bunny bread and I was happy to talk about it.
I even texted you yesterday. I said, bring in some bunny bread. We're doing a Friday show. As I look down here, there's not much in the news, so we're just going to fuck around for a few hours.
That's great.
And I was hoping you were going to bring some bunny bread in for the staff.
No, my Aunt Janet, who's bakes the bunny bread, said that it's disrespectful to make that after Easter.
Oh, come on.
So, I know, she takes it dead serious.
Couldn't she have made an April Fool's version of the bread?
That's what I was saying.
Something?
Yeah.
The Puddle of Mud guy's first name is Wes. Wes Scantlin.
Wes.
I guess I did know that, but I forgot. I haven't thought of Puddle of Mud in a while. But there's a few songs I definitely like, and yeah, there's definitely a Kurt Cobain feel to his vocals, and Courtney Love is not happy about that. Basically said over the years that this guy just ripped off Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. But where's the part where the band walks off the stage? Do you have that? Or does the video start after that?
The video starts after it.
The video starts after his whole band leaves him? All right. Is Dennis the Menace in yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Dennis.
All right. You like Dennis Falcone?
I like Dennis Falcone. I think when I first started coming on the show a couple of years ago, he would say hello to me all the time, and I would be like, "Who's that guy?"
He pretty much does that to everybody.
Yeah, he would just come out of nowhere with his creepy Mets hat and be like, "Hi."
But he's really creepy because he listens to the show every day, and then he'll pick up on dumb little things. You'll say something today,
yeah,
and then he'll probably bring in a Color Me Bad CD for you today.
Today,
yes,
that's great.
All of a sudden, he'll hand you something. You're like, "What is this?" And he'll go, "Well, you were mentioning this a couple weeks ago, so I thought it would be nice to go get this for you."
So that's nice, I feel like he's quick on his feet. When he was doing the DJing in here last month, I thought he was good. I mean, he's funny. He's nice. I like Dennis.
Well, Rob Lowe doesn't like Dennis the Menace. I'm convinced this tweet has everything to do with our pal Dennis Falcone. Rob Lowe's a big fan of Sirius XM.
Right.
And he tweeted last night, "I love 70s on 7 on Sirius XM, but it often makes me wonder if that decade was also full of horrible on-air jokes." I have to think he's talking about Dennis Falcone.
Wait, Dennis Falcone does 70s on 7?
Well, he doesn't have his own shift.
But
he's been in the business forever, and he still doesn't have his own shift. And he's the most dedicated worker here at Sirius XM, and I could say that the bosses don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
No. But he's here in bright and early, and he's one of the last to leave.
He was here for 15 hours on Friday.
15
on a
hours.
Friday.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Doing what? We don't know. And then he does like fill-in work for 70s on 7, and I think he has a weekend shift. I think. I've never heard him on Sirius XM. And I listen to the 70s channel myself from time to time.
I'll tell you, my Sirius XM channel, I do 70s on 7, 80s on 8, 90s on 9, and then I do the Opie channel, and then I listen to
You're on this channel on a regular basis.
Yeah.
The Opie channel,
the Opie channel, the Opster channel,
the Opster channel,
the Opie channel,
the Opie channel. Okay,
the Opie channel.
Yeah.
And then for some reason I have programmed in my Jeep, and I can't get it off. I have like a English British soccer station. That is just, I don't know, something's wrong with the computer in my Jeep. I saved it. It's like channel like 91 or something.
And you don't know how to get it out?
I don't know how to get it off. And,
your favorites?
Yeah, my favorites. And I'll be scanning through, and I'll always have to listen to fucking, put one in the back of the onion bag.
Oh, really?
Like, shut up. I just want to listen to something else.
And then you just move on from there?
Yeah, and then sometimes I try to listen to it and try to get I have no feel on soccer, though. I don't know what the fuck is going on in European soccer.
I try to watch. I couldn't tell you the first thing about it.
I know. That's
after the World Cup, I'm always like, I should watch a little more soccer.
Right.
And then I never do.
U.S. almost didn't make thank God they beat Guatemala last week, or else they wouldn't even made the World Cup. And then what? We had nothing.
I didn't even know that happened.
That's how crazy. I know.
I did see that trending on Twitter, so I guess that's I guess that was what that was about.
Yeah.
We got Trucker Phil. He wants to say hi and talk to you about music.
All right.
Go ahead, Trucker Phil.
Yeah, I was curious if Chris there was familiar with the works of one LL Cool J from back in the day.
Yes, I am familiar with LL.
Do you remember the song Mama Said Knock You Out?
Sure.
Did you know that Five-Finger Death Punch covered it?
Phil, you're my favorite today. Yeah, it was mispronounced on this show, and now everyone is mispronouncing it.
Wait, what happened?
E-Rock said Five-Finger Death Punch, and now that's how we say it.
Yeah, his list was coming out a little thick there.
Yeah. I didn't know Five-Finger Death Punch did that.
Yes, they did it with Tech 9, actually.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's right.
Let me.
It's worth a listen if just for the laugh.
Okay, let me listen to it right now. Hold on, stay on the line there, Trucker Phil. Give me a little taste. What, Phil?
That's what makes it so funny to me is that this death metal band that just growls and screams everything, and the song "You" that you actually started playing the other day, that's part of the video.
Yeah.
That just rails it home so hard, and then all of a sudden it stutters. It just feels like a stuttering beat to this song, and it's hilarious.
I actually like that a lot.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like it. I like when
a hardcore band takes a song that you should never cover and make it their own.
Yeah.
My favorite, I think, of all time is Disturbed doing Land of Confusion by Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, what? They picked that song and they made that song amazing.
Yeah, and
because Land of Confusion, Genesis doing Land of Confusion was just a who gives a fuck pop song, and then they just made it fucking cool.
I liked when I like remakes like that. I liked a little band, another three name band, Newfound Glory, when they remade King of Wishful Thinking.
You're obsessed with it.
If you listen to Newfound Glory, the remake of King of Wishful Thinking, hide on me, on your me.
Yeah.
It's a nice little remake as well. It's a little, my version of it. So I hope you like this one, Phil.
I'm checking my Twitter as you say that, and Neater Sellers, he tweets, Chris D. Comedy, you have the music choice of Anderson Cooper.
Well, a lot of people would say I have a messed up taste in music as well, because I can go anywhere from Air Supply to Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, there you go. Another three-name band.
Punch in the middle.
Also Ace of Base, another three-name band that I enjoy.
No, thank you.
All right, Phil.
No. All right.
No, it's the simple fact that her high-pitched voice actually hurts my ears.
Right.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thanks for the phone call, Trucker Phil.
Punching out.
Enjoy your weekend in good old Michigan. Let's say hi to Matt in Toronto. Matt, what's up?
Hey, guys. I don't think Falcone is the guy that Rob Lowe's talking about.
No?
I think it's either Magic Matt or J.J. Walker. And I got to tell you, after the merger, that was one of the things that I started to despise the music channels, was too much of this gabby announcing and too much of this crappy joke telling. It was just horrible. So I don't think it was Falcone.
All right. I would like to hear some of these hacky jokes or these horrible on-air jokes, according to Rob Lowe. That is on the 70s on 7 channel on Sirius XM.
Who's J.J. Walker? Is that the guy who was in Good Times? Who used to be... Is that...
You mean Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy J.J. Walker?
Oh, Jimmy J.J. Walker.
No, that guy does right-wing radio.
Oh, I thought that was the guy from Good Times.
Or he used to, and he's a very angry man.
Yeah.
We've had J.J. Walker on the show a few times over the years. He's a very angry man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think he's having fun on the 70s on 7 channel with horrible jokes.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure.
I would bet money it's not him.
There are a couple of white guys, at least on the profile pictures. But, yeah, he's got a great set of pipes, no doubt about it. He goes back with a lot of reverb, and, I mean, it's just a real throwback sound.
Yeah,
it's definitely not Falcone's sense of humor.
All right, I want to get some of the horrible on-air jokes. I don't know how we do that, but
yeah,
we're short-staffed today because E-Rock took a little day for himself.
Oh.
Jimmy's gone, so E-Rock's like, you know what? I don't think I'm needed today. I'll take a day myself. Right?
All right.
So I got Paul and Travis, two of the reliable guys. I can always count on Travis and Paul to be here. I never doubt that Travis is not going to be here.
They're always here.
But E-Rock takes days all willy-nilly.
No.
And he likes taking them when we're short-staffed.
He'll be here later.
He'll be here later.
Yeah.
To do what?
I don't know. He's coming in at 10 o'clock.
That's when the show ends. What? Who's running this place?
Well, doesn't he have a show tonight? Doesn't he do his Friday night?
Well, that's what happened. I was stupid enough to give everybody a radio show around here, so now they take their radio show way more serious than the main show. Why is he going to be here at 10, Travis?
I don't know. I just know that he's coming in later.
Yeah. Well, okay. I guess he wasn't.
I thought he was
today.
coming in much later, but then Roland told me he was coming in at 10.
At 10?
Yeah. So you'll see him on your way out.
And I guess he just makes his own rules. Huh?
I'm assuming he has something to do this morning.
Yeah. All right.
Who knows?
Thank you, Matt.
October material.
Yes. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
There was something else in there. Our pal Ian Halpern. Are we going to try to get him on the phone, Travis?
Yeah, I already sent him an email.
You did?
Yeah.
Did he write you back?
No, not yet.
Travis loves Ian Halpern. We were trying to explain Ian Halpern to Chris Distefano this morning.
Yeah.
And you just got to meet him one day.
I can't wait. I mean, already, like, what he's tweeting out, pictures of hookers and all that, and his glasses, he looks great.
But he got a little scared, and he took down the video that he tweeted to me last night.
Wow, that's...
So, but Ian is a guy, His Highness...
His Highness Hollywood.
His Highness Hollywood, sorry,
Come
yes.
on, show some respect.
Sorry about that. I love Ian Halpern, but I think Travis loves him even more.
He's the best.
Travis loves Ian Halpern.
For the longest time, Sam and I were like the only people who would get excited when he came in, and everybody came around eventually.
Oh, I came around.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but I think you're way past me on this. But
I got to meet this guy.
He tweeted me out of nowhere and said he was going to give us a big exclusive.
Major blockbuster.
A major what? Well, all right, that was the second time he said it, but that's fine. His Highness to unleash major blockbuster on Opie show. And then it says at Travis Teft, at Opie and Jimmy, at Opie Radio. And so,
this was yesterday?
Yeah. And then he tweets me, I don't know, something that was naked.
Well, his Twitter is all pictures of Kim Kardashian sucking dick and her ass.
Yeah. Well, then he sends me this picture. Yeah. It's a brown skinned person, and it looks like there's a hand playing with maybe a pussy or maybe a ball bag.
You don't know. Playing with genitalia.
Yes, because this person is on her or his belly. So then, the Highness, he always has some kind of shenanigans, like the time he came here making believe he was partying all night with these really hot girls, and then we called him out on it, and we learned that he hired them just to come in to do the radio show with him. and that these girls didn't know him more than an hour.
Ugh.
But he comes in like, we've been up all night and we're all fucked up.
Or that guy he brought in with a fake accent.
Oh, yeah, the guy with the fake accent. I forgot about him.
He's speaking like a French accent on the air, and then Sam heard him in the bathroom just talking completely normal.
Like he's from New Jersey.
Yeah,
you know?
totally normal guy.
Yeah. He wears horrible hats. He wears, what is this from? His Thanksgiving message?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's play his Thanksgiving Day message just to try to have Chris understand what this guy's all about.
Yeah.
Yo, pilgrims, never forget how the settlers led the way. Yeah, Thanksgiving, this is the one day where gluttony becomes a patriotic duty. Never forget the pilgrims. Pilgrims, why in the land of plenty does the joy of Thanksgiving escape many? Yo, this is His Highness, saying peace, love, remember, never forget. Opie, I miss you, brother. And Jimmy, you're one of a kind. Peace, love.
So he has mental illness. It looks like he's a person who's just got a mental...
How dare you? Travis is going to claw your eyes out.
But the great thing about Ian is that, you always doubt him, but he's totally legit. Like, for years, he would say, I could play the saxophone, I could play the saxophone. And we were like, play, and he never would. And then one day he got on the air and he played the saxophone, and he was awesome.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he's had some scoops over the years.
Yeah, all the scoops turn out to be true.
He told us about Charlie Sheen way before anyone knew about Charlie Sheen. And we just didn't believe him. Well, we would have had a huge scoop. Right? Isn't that true?
Yeah.
He said that last summer.
Yeah.
He said that last summer.
He knew about Charlie with the AIDS last summer.
Yes. And then he wrote a book on Kurt Cobain that became a movie. What else has he done over the years?
He wrote about Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina.
Right. He knew that.
And now his new book's about the Kardashians.
Yeah. So he's going to come in and talk about the Kardashians.
So he's one of those guys he's so eccentric but he's really a genius. I mean, this guy is like maybe.
Well, God, please don't say that.
Throw words around.
Yeah, he might be listening. Don't say that.
But I mean, if he's doing he has all these accomplishments, and he's I feel like you have to be a very smart guy to pull this off, and because if he just was a lunatic, then he wouldn't have success. He would just be a lunatic. But to have success and also be this way, like we saw in the Thanksgiving video. This is a smart man.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Like
I wrote a book about Arnold Schwarzenegger too.
What he wrote
a book about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
That was the last time he was in. Yeah. When he comes in, the phones light up.
Of course.
And they all just yell at him.
Everyone's excited.
They yell at him and you can, and it doesn't faze him whatsoever.
He doesn't care.
Why was he?
The only time he was fazed was when that guy called about seeing him crying outside of a Burger King in an airport.
Oh, right.
That's the only time that I saw Ian really break character and get serious.
That was the Philadelphia airport.
Yeah.
He was in the airport and this guy called and swore that he saw Ian Halpern crying outside the Burger King.
Yeah, and he denied it. And then this guy just provided too many details that Ian was like, let's get this guy off.
Yeah, Ian was not happy about the guy that caught him crying outside of Burger King.
That's so funny when the callers bash. Do you ever seen that thing? It's from like the early 90s. It was showed to me once like 5 years ago, and I can never find it again on the internet. But it's this guy. It's like an early 90s like public access show that was on TV, and it was in New York. And the callers would call in. It's just this video of this guy, like he's like a nice like upbeat guy, and the callers would just call in and be nice, and then out of nowhere, like the last thing, just call him like a fucking homo and say like they fucked his grandmother to sleep. Oh yeah, this guy public bombarded with prank calls. You ever seen this, Opie?
I don't know.
This guy gets fucking destroyed, and you never see it coming.
Have we seen this one? I don't know,
dude.
You may have. It's been around for a long time. It's great.
We must have
Ken Sander.
Well, you know what? We must have done it, but I just don't have a recollection, which means that we haven't done this in years. So let me take a look at this, and then let's go back to Ian Halpern because there's a couple more things on that.
All right.
Hi, welcome to Speak Out. My name is Ken Sander, and tonight's issue is, should New Yorkers carry handguns, or should they be allowed to have handguns? The number is 475-1550, and you can call in and we can talk about it. Lines are lighting up. I guess it's a good subject. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Fine. I think that's a very good topic for tonight. First of all, on occasion, I've been in the city now for about 20 years.
Right.
On several occasions, I've been held up, mugged. I've had codes taken from me, you name it, my watch. But however, I think if you carry a piece or you're carrying a gun, I think you're only adding to the situation. I think it should be pro-choice, of course, if New Yorkers would carry handguns or not. But I think if people in general start walking around with weapons, it's only creating a society in which their evil is only superseded by more evil. I mean, someone's walking around with you, he's going to look like you get mugged, and you pull out a piece, and you could take this man's life.
That's true.
I think you're only creating, a worse situation, and you start big dicks.
I think that's the case. Hi, you're on the air. Yeah, how you doing?
Fuck you!
Hi, it's just how do people feel? Hi, you're on the air.
I was wondering, are you also the cable doctor?
Yes.
Oh, you have dual roles.
That's right.
Okay, just curious, and hopefully the guy that does taxi talk will give up his job to you too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, I was wondering if I can have my AV switch connected to VCR.
All right, well, you have to call me on the other show. Thank you. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, Ken.
Yes.
I think it's good that people can have handguns so we can shoot people like you.
Right.
Right.
Hi, you're on the air.
How you doing?
How are you?
All right.
What do you think? Should we carry handguns or what? Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot people like you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Hi, you're on the air.
Hello, Ken.
Yes.
I was thinking that if the criminals, you're trying to give guns to people to fight the criminals, wouldn't that make it just as easy for the criminals themselves to get guns? Because if you're opening this market up for the just plain citizens, that the average citizen is not going around looking for a gun. It's the average criminal that's going around trying to find any weapon he possibly can. So that would just make it twice as easy.
That's a very valid point. A lot, and that's what one of the big arguments that the police have is that a lot of the illegal guns get into the system by burglaries. Like most people keep their gun near their bed, most likely, and so a criminal will come in, rob your house, and steal your gun, and it would get into the system.
And it goes on and on.
It just goes on.
It's a little hard to hear with the echoing phone, but oh my god,
it made me think of like that with when you said about Ian Halpern.
Oh yeah, they try to shake him when he comes in here. So last night he tweets that he's going to give us this big scoop on our show. Yeah. We're not holding our breath, and then he tweets this picture of this. I'm just saying this thing at this moment in time.
It looks like it has women's thighs. I'll say that.
Okay, but then I'm thinking, is that a ball bag? It's a brown person on their belly, completely naked, and then the hands are reaching back, playing with some genitalia.
Yeah.
So then I tweeted Ian after I saw that picture. I said, "Prove to me this isn't a tranny."
It's a funny tweet. It's a funny right back.
And then he proved it to me. So the next tweet he sent me was a video of this same person with her, now I could say it, her leg all the way up on a wall, doing this crazy split, and then the camera zooms in to show the pusa. And I'm like, all right, it's not a tranny. But then I tried to find the video this morning, and he got scared, and he got rid of that tweet, I believe.
Interesting. I wonder if does Twitter just delete that shit or... No, they can't.
I think
he had to do it.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to have some of that shit on Twitter. Yeah. Instagram will take that shit down immediately.
Right down, yeah. I know. I remember one time I was at this fucking stupid event thing, and they were handing out these rubber dicks, and I posted a picture of me with the rubber dick out, and then I woke up the next day. It had gotten taken down. I had an email from a lawyer, from a girl, a young girl, whatever, who's underage, who follows me on Instagram, and her mother wanted to sue me because for indecent exposure. I was like, it was a rubber dick. I wrote back to the email back to the professional. This guy was like, Charles Esquire from whatever. I was like, it was a rubber dick, dude. That's what I wrote back to this guy's whole pro email, and then he never responded. I was like, wow, you can get in that much trouble?
No, you can't.
I mean, I don't know.
I thought you were going to tell me it was an email from Instagram giving you a warning.
I got an email from Instagram getting a warning, and that it was deleted. But then I got an email from some family lawyer
representing
saying,
this young woman.
That is indecent exposure.
Oh God!
I was just like,
relax.
That I need to, back off and not do that kind of stuff. And I was like, it's a rubber dick.
Yeah, relax, everybody.
Yeah.
Did Ian write you back yet, Travis?
No, not yet. I'm very sad.
As soon as he wakes up, though, he will absolutely call us.
Maybe the tranny hooker. Maybe they went out all night, or
maybe I don't know. Then there was the time that he was naked in a bed in New York City, and we were part of that promotion.
Wow.
What was that promoting? Do you remember? Another one of his books.
Yeah, it was promoting one of his books, and Sam and Troy went down there to interview him.
Yeah, because no one else would.
No.
He thought he was having kind of a sleep-in. He thought he was like going to be doing a John Lennon, Yoko Ono thing to promote his book. And he came on to say, hey, I'll be, naked in this bed to promote this book. And I got to go now because the media's waiting for me. So then we sent Sam and Troy there. And Troy got naked and got in bed with him. And
he jumped right in.
And Sam was the only one pretty much that interviewed him. There was no other media that went for his. There it is. There it is. Yeah. He had a huge American flag behind the bed. What book was it? I can't see the cover of this book. Do you know?
Can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell, but that was another one of his stunts that we were involved with.
Fucking stunts, man. Troy, I used to, when I was single, Troy would always be good for, I would wake up in the morning and he would have sent me a video of some woman just fucking cum splashing all over his camera lens, and I would always be like, oh, that's nice. And I remember we met up once so he could teach me how to get a girl to squirt. Like he said, it's an art form. Oh, yeah. And I remember we met up outside one of the places he was DJing, but then we wound up getting hot dogs and just talking about something else. But that was the meeting, was he was going to teach me how you can always get a girl to squirt.
Really?
I like Troy.
He was going to give up his technique.
He had the proof. He had the proof of these girls just squirting all over his iPhone.
It's always been an argument over the years whether that's pee or not.
I don't know. Well, it doesn't smell like anything. He's told me it's pretty scentless.
Well, the problem is I think some women, they shoot out some pee, and then that's what messes up the whole thing for the real squirters out there.
Yeah, the real squirters.
I think it's two different things.
I've never had a girl squirt, and I've never done anal. Those are two things that I think are weird sexual facts about me. Never have ever stuck my penis inside a butthole, and I've never had a girl squirt.
Right.
Never done it. Never done either thing. So sometimes I feel
you're a man of God.
No, I think I don't know. I've tried to do anal before, but it never doesn't work.
It's a little too much for you.
I don't know. I don't have a big dick, but I have a big head.
I wasn't asking you.
No, I'm just saying. I just want just in case anybody was thinking about that. I'm just saying. It's not like I'm saying, oh, Mom, I can't have anal because my dick is huge. It's just I don't. It's average, but the head, the mushroom part, is a little swollen.
A little swollen.
It's a little all the time. Yeah.
Out of proportion.
Out of proportion
to the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all right.
He was in bed for the Governor book. Oh. The Arnold Schwarzenegger tell-all book.
So was it a good, I mean, do you think the promo helped?
I don't know. I don't read his books.
Yeah.
Nothing against His Highness. I just don't read his books.
Talk royalty with His Highness, Tuesday.
Yes. You were telling me before the show that you finally saw The Room.
Oh, yeah. Well, not The Room. It's just called Room.
Oh, it's just called Room.
Don't say The Room. That's a different movie. I saw Room, which is about...
what's the difference between Room and The Room?
I don't know.
The Room is the best movie ever made.
Right, exactly.
Oh, duh. I know what The Room is.
Room is just something that came out last year.
Yeah, Room is just some Oscar, they gave it some Oscar or something.
Of course I know what The Room is.
But The Room is fantastic.
Right. Okay.
Did you guys ever interview this guy?
No.
Sam interviewed him.
Sam got
for like an hour.
Classic.
And it was fantastic.
It was great, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this until a few months ago.
James Franco just finished filming it's like a making of this movie.
Right.
With Greg, what's his name? Greg Nicotero, I think?
Yeah.
Oh.
He wrote a book about making the movie. And James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau.
That's going to be great.
His name, Tommy Wiseau.
And he has a cameo in the movie, so it's going to be even better.
And classic. We had that Greg guy in.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, we had him in. The guy that wrote the book.
Yeah, The Room's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Haven't seen it in a few years now, but anyway, yeah, of course I know The Room. So then, Room.
So Room, if you guys don't know, it's about a woman who gets kidnapped when she's a teenager and then spends 7 years in this shed, locked in this shed, and then within that 7 years they have this guy rapes her and they have a kid. So the movie starts out as just her and her kid, and they live in this room, and it's horrifying. And then she makes believe that she makes the kid play dead to get out of the room so the kid can go into the free world, and, gets found by the cops and all that and all that. And now because I have a kid, I'm watching this movie with my girlfriend last night, and it's affecting us in a way. We're like, shit, we just keep thinking about if that happened to our kid. And then I look over and like, there's one point like, this kid pets a dog and my girlfriend's hysterical crying, and then he eats ice cream and she's like on the floor. She's like, I can't believe he got a dog and ice cream. And like, I get where it's coming from, but I'm like, I was still laughing. Like, I was like, it's a fucking dog. She's like, he got to see a leaf. And I'm like, well, okay. But
that's what made her cry.
That's what made her cry.
This movie, I hear, because I have no desire to see it, is horrific.
It's horrific.
And that's the part she's crying at, the fact that the kid finally gets to see it, have a dog?
Have a dog. She lost it. Like, she almost had to turn it off. And I'm like, what I didn't like about it is, the language. They make this kid sound like he's fucking Nell. Like they make it sound like he can't even, like he's like, what? It's like he was trapped in this room with, an adult. So she was teaching him the language like how you and I would talk, but he's talking like he just came out of the wilderness.
Oh, I see.
So I didn't like that. And I also don't like that they didn't explain how did she give birth in the room, or did he take her out into the hospital? Like, how did the fucking baby, I know how she got pregnant, but how did she deliver this baby in the shed?
Well, she
never talk about that.
Well, but the guy's not going to take her to a hospital.
Yeah, but too
much could go wrong there.
Yeah, but this guy is he's into kidnapping women and he's an OBGYN? I mean, how the fuck did they deliver the baby? You can't just push it out.
Well, I know for Easter, I wasn't sure how to boil the eggs. And make sure they don't crack, so you could color them and paint them and stuff. So there's YouTube videos for that stuff.
Yeah, but
so he probably went on YouTube, and learned how to deliver a baby.
YouTube in the shed?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Because you could learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's how he did it then.
I think he saw a YouTube video and delivered the baby in a shed. Because you can't take that chance with a hospital.
Yeah, I tell you the truth.
Look, how to deliver a baby on YouTube. It's right there.
All right. So then that explains it. They YouTubed it.
Wait, do we get to see snatches?
Little snatch-a-latch?
It's tough to see snatch on YouTube. But if they have some weird excuse like it's a medical thing, then YouTube allows those videos.
We never got to watch this in school because I went to Catholic school, so they never did this. We never put the condom on the banana. We never did any of this shit. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. How to deliver a baby normal. So this is probably what this guy did. Woman gives birth to 11 babies.
Damn.
No. Is that real?
11?
Do we know this?
I thought...
You see how big this lady's belly is?
Holy shit. No.
She gave birth to 11 babies.
How the fuck is that even possible?
Did we ever have this story before?
Oh, where's it? India?
Tweet that out. Woman gives birth to 11 babies. You got to see how big her belly got.
Ugh. The 5-minute vaginal delivery.
Yeah, but go back to that other one that looked pretty sexy.
Did I ever tell you when I was in the room? Were you in the room when your kid was born?
Yeah.
I was in the room.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, and then my girlfriend is legit crowning, and then my dad walks in to the delivery room holding the New York Post, asking the doctors if they want coffee. It's like, Dad,
how did he just walk in?
Because he walked in and he was like, hey, my son's, girlfriend's giving birth. And then it's like, she's like literally pushing. They're like, 1, 2, 3, push. And I see my dad come in with the New York Post, literally asking like the people around, hey, do anybody need coffee? What the Yankees do?
Yeah.
It's just like, stupid. It just made me think of that. And
Where were you allowed?
Me?
Yeah, they have rules.
No, I was there.
No, I mean, your girl has rules.
Oh,
I was allowed to be up near the actual head.
I had to be by the head. I couldn't look down.
My wife's head.
Right, because she didn't want me to look down.
I took a peek, though.
I took a peek, and what
Are you amazed at what a vagina could do?
It was insane. And, dude, what? For a double fucking whammy, as my daughter was coming out, the birth was... no problems, and the doctor was saying like, good, this is going so good, and then I heard whoops at the last second. My daughter, like right when she was coming out, fingernail scratched my girl's vagina.
Ouch.
And it started, and because it was so raw, like it just started dripping blood, and then we got kicked. She was like, you guys gotta go. We gotta go. I gotta emergency stitch this.
Really?
And I was like, holy shit. So it got kind of a little nerve wracking. The baby was fine, but just at the last
nail?
The nail. Yeah, because they grow nails in the.
No, I know that.
Yeah, so
I've seen all that.
So he just fucking ripped it.
Here we go. How to deliver a baby.
Oh, look at that hole.
Yeah, we don't need the music.
I like the music.
You like the music?
Yeah. What's that, a harp?
There's no way a guy would be able to handle this.
Could you imagine?
We would be such pussies.
What is he? Oh, what is he fingering it? What is he doing?
Well, you gotta
massage it.
Yeah, you gotta make sure
just show it.
Oh,
an episiotomy.
Oh, they cut it. Oh, Jesus, you found the worst one.
The episiotomy. Why would you show an episiotomy?
What the fuck? It wasn't coming out, so they had to cut it.
I'm gonna throw up.
What, Mars?
It's great. What's Mars
great?
is jerking off in the corner.
What's great?
Your reaction.
Well, of course.
Oh,
it's not every day you see a vagina sliced like that. So the
look at how much hair that baby has.
Oh. Mars, were you in the delivery room when your kids were born?
Yes.
Then?
All 3 C-sections.
Oh, okay.
So the pussy's tight.
Pussy tight.
C-section.
So that's different. C-section.
Mm-hmm. You see a lot of C-section too, but you see more like the guts and the stomach being moved around.
But the whole...
and she doesn't feel anything.
No.
Wow.
The whole pussy thing, though, it bounces back.
It bounced back.
It bounces back, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bounces back.
Yeah, it's my girl's tight.
Yeah, so you watched kids just come through the belly.
Yeah. Just cut open. Things moved around, shoved to the side, taken out. Actually taken out of her body, put to the side.
What was put to the side?
I don't know. It was some. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Wait, part of her inside?
Something. It was a nice size, about the size of the baby's head, and it was like put to the side.
The placenta?
Was it the placenta?
I don't know what the fuck it was, man. I was just.
Oh, Jesus, Mars! Of course it was the placenta.
He's like, what the fuck? No idea how life works.
Now the placenta, is it the placenta like long and narrow, or is it a big blob?
It's a big blob that looks like liver.
It's what the nutrition was.
That's what it was.
How old are your kids?
10, 8, and 18.
You know, you could have saved that placenta and sold it on the black market and got $50,000 for it. Maybe $100,000.
No.
Yes, you can. That's a whole big thing. Because the placenta's got the most nutrition. It's one of the most nutritious things your body ever produces is a placenta. Look at this. Yeah, see, they make it into smoothies.
Some people eat that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Look at that. See? Is that what you saw? Is that what it was?
I just dry heaved.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
the placenta.
That was it. Yeah, that was the placenta. Okay.
Placenta smoothies.
The placenta smoothie. The little fucking,
God, that's real.
Little placenta smoothie with a side of fucking quinoa.
Then you got to throw a little kale in there.
Oh, a little kale.
And maybe some pineapple to, sweeten it up a little bit.
And a shot of wheatgrass.
Oh.
How about chices?
You didn't know that they pulled the placenta out of her belly?
I don't know what the fuck it was, man.
What do you think they pulled out? Her pancreas?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, pancreas.
There's a lot going on in that operating room. I was just astonished.
And you had to be in full, medical gear,
right? And I was by her head as well, and she was, completely paralyzed. Neck down.
Right.
But she was awake.
Wow.
So weird. That is weird.
How long did you guys not have sex for after that? Because
it takes a while.
6 weeks for vaginal.
I don't remember. Quite a while because she's got that.
Yeah, that's major surgery.
Yeah, it's major surgery. Yeah.
And according to Mars, they pull out parts of the inside.
Yeah, they pull out your fucking small intestine, put it to the side.
They pull a kidney out for a little while.
You didn't know what the placenta was. That's hilarious.
I don't know. That shit was happening, man.
I would assume it's the placenta. Maybe we need Dr. Steve, but I think it was the placenta.
I would argue strongly.
And then you're allowed to bring it home. Did you bring home the placenta?
Hell no.
You can put it in the freezer, and then you can. Women I know back in the 1600s, they would eat that.
Right.
They would eat that. That's what cats do. The cats eat their own placenta after they give birth because it gives you the nutrition back into your body. Cats do that 24/7.
But you said in the 1800s?
Yep.
That they're still doing it today.
No, but I'm saying it was very common practice to do that. In the like now we don't do it anymore. Just like it was very common practice for the whole family to sleep in one room, and now all of a sudden everyone sleeps in different rooms.
Well, no, they're starting to sleep in the same room again.
Yeah,
because the kids today they can't afford their own places, so they're moving right back home to mommy and daddy.
Yeah,
the placenta thing, only idiots eat it, like the Kardashians.
Right?
They needed a show, so they fucking fried up some placenta.
They ate each other's placenta, or they Kim ate her own?
It was Kim. It was fucking gross.
It's gross.
Do you have that video? They were all happy. They got a cook to make something out of it, and then now this lady's talking about the placenta smoothie.
I could drink a placenta smoothie. You put a little peanut butter in there. I could probably do it.
Which one you want to do? Cooked up placenta. Yeah, this is so fucking gross.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, it's Courtney's.
Courtney's show. I like Cocktails with Chloe. That's not a bad show. That's the new one.
I'm hearing it's all right.
It ain't bad.
They also put the intestines on a tray, so maybe it's the intestines. Did it look like sausages?
Part of it, yes.
Look at us. We're the assholes.
We might be the assholes. Well, let's go to Mike in Rockland. Mikey, what's up?
How's it going, guys? My wife had 2 C-sections. They didn't actually let us see what they were telling us what was going on. And yeah, they'll take out the intestine and move it over to the side. Because the intestines block, they have to cut the abdomen, and the intestines and muscle blocks the baby from coming out. They have to move that shit over.
So we're laughing at Mars, and we didn't know either. It looks like it might be intestines that they pulled out.
And they put it back, too.
Well, of course they put it back. Show us something else we don't know. Of course they put it back. Mars was amazed. Oh shit. Oh, they actually put her intestines back.
You think you take it home in a duffel bag?
Jesus.
Well, you take the placenta home, right? I mean,
you could. It's an option. No, if you don't want it, the hospital says they throw it out. But I got a buddy who's an ER doctor, said they keep it. These hospitals keep it, and they'll have someone, who's got a link to that black market, and they'll take these placentas overnight in some truck and ship it off to whatever country they do it, and these people will get, it'll be a custodian. We'll get $50,000 in there. All of a sudden, the custodian's driving a Rolls Royce to work because he's fucking selling placentas to India.
You looked that up during the break, Paul, because
it's Paul.
I'm too lazy right now.
I'm telling you.
I'm believing you, but I don't know.
I'm telling you. It's what it is.
Here's Kourtney Kardashian.
Dress the placenta so nobody knows what we're up to.
What animal is this placenta from, just FYI?
A human.
What?
Yes, that's the disgusting part.
Oh my God. I'm going to put it in the oven just to make sure I kill any bacteria that's in there.
Am I the best sous chef you've ever had?
Rock and roll. Open me up.
Placenta coming in.
Oh my God, they're putting it in an oven like it's lasagna. You see that?
Yeah.
Like it's in a lasagna tray.
That's just, I'm like literally,
Hey, how are you?
I'm dry heaving my muffin.
Is there going to be one delicious meal?
Please do what? Placenta?
Placenta.
What's up?
What's up, bud?
What's going on? It smells really good in here. Very organic with stuff.
Hi.
So what are we having for dinner?
We're having some tasty
Bruce pops up.
So what are we having for dinner?
Oh,
God, I wish I had a vagina.
I wish I had a placenta. Right. Oh my God, fuck it. That was funny. Just see
Maybe
Bruce.
I could shape some genitals out of the placenta.
Fucking Bruce.
Look at Bruce with his wild fucking mad scientist hair.
And his fucking turtle.
What are we having? God damn, I hate my dick and balls. Fucking Bruce, I just want a placenta right in my ass. After we eat the placenta, you want to chop my balls and dick off and make something out of that? Because goddamn, I have no use for these fucking things.
It's so funny that we lost our mind and stopped the video as soon as we saw Bruce.
Look at his wild hair.
Look at him. Oh my God!
God damn!
Bruce.
I wish these people knew I wanted to be a woman. Fuck! Gotta sit here in my man clothes and eat fucking placenta. Shit!
Maybe this is where he got the idea that maybe this was it when they started frying up placenta.
Oh, he looks miserable.
Oh my God!
Maybe he's supposed to be a woman. Now that we see him as a guy again.
Yeah.
God damn.
God damn it, Bruce.
Yeah. Push play.
We're having some tasty protein. This is going to be a divine
I love
meal.
her bangs.
It's not that often that I cook, as you all know.
You're not cooking.
I assisted.
You turn the stove on.
Why don't we all sit down? Shower. Okay.
Hey, Cor, I'm ready when you are if you want to pull it out.
Where should I sit?
Wherever you want. We've all waited.
Can I see it?
I am with my friend.
Good, there's so much flavor on it though.
Should we put some of this in the sauce on top too?
Yeah. Here, guys.
Crystal.
This is the grand finale.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Is it a brisket?
Yeah.
Cut you guys a piece?
Oh, it's nice and tender. That knife just melts right through.
Who's going to have the first taste?
I wish I could say that I'd like to warn everybody that they're about to embark on a placenta marathon. But the truth is, everybody in this room has probably done something to me at one point. So I can't wait for them to eat up.
Starving.
Good.
It seemed like it was rough. You see how they were chewing?
Yeah, that looks like a tough steak.
Yeah.
chewy steak. Oh.
That's fucking disgusting. But what would you be closer to eating? Human placenta or cat placenta or animal placenta? Like if I said it's cow placenta, could that be a little bit easier for you to eat than human? Is it the fact that it's human?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, both would be awful, but I would take cow over human in a second.
Right?
Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God.
The blood.
Placenta smoothie, anyone?
Placenta smoothie.
Did you find a good part of that?
No.
She's cutting the placenta and a drip. Oh my God! Bloody into a blender.
Oh my God! Oh,
Marching the blood off again.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to bring the blender over.
Now it's in a blender.
If she blends this thing, I'm going to throw up.
Okay. Maybe we could move Tammy's first. Move Tammy's everything out of the way.
Though? I mean, I'm not a big fan of vegetables, but I drink vegetable smoothies every day.
Yeah.
You cut that shit with some pineapple or something, and all of a sudden it's all right.
Maybe.
I want to know what they cut into this to make it taste good.
You got I would
a little cinnamon,
kale, pineapple,
agave.
Agave nectar.
They probably throw a little agave in there.
Maybe honey.
Dude, let's do placenta smoothie. I know it's
you can get them in New York, I'm sure.
Well, let's find out. Can we do it now?
I'll text Roland.
It's too bad that we're short staffed today. E-Rock will be here at 10 o'clock. We can tell him to get some placenta smoothies on the way in. Push play on this. I'm going to see how they blend this up.
T-shirt. That wasn't a very good idea.
Yeah, I have a...
Where's our scrubs?
Looks like they might have put a banana in there.
Okay.
It looks like an egg, too.
An egg? I don't know if you put an egg in a smoothie.
Protein.
All right.
What a shitty... Get a NutriBullet.
Yeah, no shit. That's the
what
worst
are you doing
blender
with
I've ever
this
seen.
Worst fucking blender? What the fuck is this?
It's like a 1988 blender. She doesn't even know how to fucking...
the fuck?
All right.
Okay, all yours.
It's not moving.
I'm getting lightheaded. I can't watch.
All right.
Oh my God! Stop!
I think you blended it enough.
Jesus!
Oh man!
Oh, you have to crank it off one more time, you cunt! You fucking got me.
Oh, this is a great video.
This video sucks.
I want to put some ice in it so it's cold.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Put some ice in it. Yeah. You can start a shitty blender.
This has a good smell.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, sure it does.
Your battery's going low, Patrick.
Watch for dinner.
Watch for dinner.
Bruce,
I want to play that soundbite over and
Is it
over.
ready, Barbara?
What are they putting in now? Yogurt?
Well done.
Oh my God, yogurt.
This is the worst placenta smoothie video I've ever seen. Oh God, now she's got to blend this up.
Just get a new blender.
Add a little yogurt into it.
Okay. Ready?
Oh God. Now she walks away from the blender? We're committed to this, so we got to play it out.
Oh.
Now what does she got?
She's got more placenta.
All right, there's definitely banana in there.
Okay.
Looks like banana, a little yogurt. Can't tell if the red is strawberries or the fucking bloody placenta. So,
oh my God.
I don't know. All right, now.
Something is burning.
I'm telling you, she should.
All right, now she's pouring it into a cup. This is a placenta smoothie. I would love to know a recipe.
It's really thick, so.
Oh my God.
Could we get any ice or should I put some milk in it?
No.
She was saying ice.
It'll be cold, and I think it'll help it go down better.
Could we go back to that room?
Okay.
No,
I'll stop the video.
The nurse.
Oh, you're going to stop the video, are you? We sat through that whole fucking thing and you just stopped the video because you're not sure if you should add milk into your placenta smoothie.
Fuck. I guarantee you can get this in New York City right now. I'm willing to argue that some of these juice shops have probably thrown a little placenta in without us knowing.
I thought that was just beets.
Could have, hey.
I get those red smoothies. Now I gotta be suspicious.
Yeah, I always get the red smoothie and then I forget and then I'll take a shit and think I have colon cancer.
Well, that has happened to all of us.
Yeah, and then remember that it's just beets.
Yeah. All right. Wow.
That was gross.
Can we find out? Well, how about the placenta smoothie with the girl that is showing her cleavage down there?
Okay.
Now we're on to something.
Yeah.
Placenta smoothie. Whoa! What do we got here?
Big fake tits.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Favorite one. We'll just have to see. So, of course, I got
All right, pause this.
Look at her tits.
All right, pause this. Jesus. She's got a little baby doll top on.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Is she pregnant? No.
I don't think so. That looks like a boob job.
Those are boobs.
I mean, they're barely covered up as she gives us her placenta smoothie recipe. Number 2. So many unanswered questions for the sequel.
Organic vanilla.
In there.
All right.
Extract.
Strawberries.
All right, strawberries. So far, so good.
A banana.
Great.
Some red grapes.
Nice.
These are seedless.
Seedless, okay.
And the most important thing is placenta.
She's got it cut up.
Yes, Mitchell loved
like
it.
placenta chicken fingers.
So let's put the placenta in
It's a
first.
frozen placenta she just put into another shitty blender, by the way.
I don't know what
I guess you don't want to use your good blender when you're making placenta smoothies.
It's huge.
And I just pumped already.
Who the fuck was that guy?
Why was she just pointing at her tits?
And then that guy yelled, "It's huge!"
It does something with the breast milk.
Oh, look at that!
All right, now the bananas. So far, the frozen placenta has made it into the blender. The strawberries,
That smoothie was
the
huge.
banana.
I think this one's going to be huge.
I'm still just looking at her tits.
The grapes and the okay.
Any weird stuff, okay?
And now they
put that milk in it.
Some vanilla milk. Why doesn't she just squeeze some milk from her tits?
And I thought, hey, that's a good idea, and it has omega-3 and calcium.
Oh, yeah, all right.
So, yeah, you can put in anything you like. If you don't like strawberries or grapes, just put in
I don't think the
something else.
strawberries and the grapes are the problem.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
Some ice.
Let her put her shitty blender top on.
So this thing won't splatter around. I'm gonna ice crush it, so...
All right, you do that. Get a NutriBullet.
Yeah, just get anything. Get a Ninja.
What is that, you think?
What?
That wasn't the skin of a grape, was it?
I don't think so. I think that was the skin of some poor aborted fetus's placenta.
We got Frank in the Bronx. He's a regular. He says he eats placenta every morning. Very healthy. All right, we're going to go to him in a second.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that, where he gets it from.
Here, get to the point where they taste it. We get it. You're blending it.
Oh! You have to see this thing pouring out.
It's all clumpy.
So much every time. Look.
Yeah, she makes a perfect cup.
Yeah.
And at the end
That's
of the
a
day,
perfect
sometimes
pour.
I stir a little bit.
You see the pimple on her left boob?
Yeah.
It's a little distracting.
Banana turn brown if you put it in the fridge.
And here she goes.
Big goal.
This one smells actually better than the first one.
That's never a good sign. That smells better than the first one. She tasted
it. It tastes way better. I love the strawberry. Yay!
The first one was not with strawberry, right?
No, it was with melon. I put melon in there.
Yeah, speaking of melons.
Yeah. Taste to
those melons as she drinks her placenta smoothie.
Placenta taste.
Look at those tetas.
Hey, can I try it?
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Can I try it?
Fucking Bruce. I love when Bruce just pops up.
But, seeing that clip, you're like, oh, okay, he's supposed to be a woman.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious now. Let me go to Frank in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Frank, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Hope. How's everything, pal?
We're rocking. We have nothing to do today, so we're just going to fuck around for a couple hours.
Yeah.
This is great. So, Detail, what's up, kiddo? You know Freddie from Corrado's great mint garlic knots, as you know. My boy knows you.
Oh, yeah, Corrado's. Which one? The one on Fresh Pond?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the garlic nuts were the best. You know, that they're the best honey mustard sauce. I started getting honey mustard sauce and putting it on regular slices of pizza, and then everyone's fucking following my lead.
What?
Listen,
Yep.
We do this. we do this thing where we take the mozzarella sticks and we dip them in blue cheese instead of the marinara sauce.
Yep.
All right, I can see that.
It's mint.
Fucking minty.
Put honey mustard on.
Used to put honey mustard sauce on everything. Go the garlic knots, the mozzarella sticks, the pizza, honey mustard on all that shit. Corrado's had the best honey mustard sauce.
All right.
They make a buffalo chicken pizza that'll knock you in, a broccoli that'll knock your socks off.
The broccoli that gives me the acid reflux, Frank. I can't do the broccoli Rob anymore.
I hear it. If it's fucking talking to me, I'll eat it. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But with this placenta thing, no joke. All right. There's a couple of places in Manhattan actually. It's part of a healthy, like 3 days a week. They do similar to that shake that you just ran, but they mix it up. They do it like with Brussels sprouts, and they mix it up and they put it with like a Brussels. It's insane. It's like part of some of people's diets. And what they've said is people that take chemo and have been through a lot of sort of that type of therapy, it helps them rebuild the blood cells. Now, I don't know how true that is, but there's literally a bunch of people that believe that. Now, when I had my first two kids, we stored the cord, the blood cord. You ever do that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah, so you store the blood cord into like a frozen joint. I don't know, somewhere in Florida. I pay storage. Who knows? It's probably sitting in the Cadillac's trunk or something. But my point is, if I get sick or anyone in my family gets sick, when we get that blood cord, we use that to sort of reinvigorate any of the damage that's been done through cancer or leukemia, whatever it might be. So there is a connection there. I just don't know if they're just freaks that want to, eat the placenta. But the reality is, it's like a fad. It's like, you believe it or not, it's anything to try and combat the cancer. And it's crazy.
Wow.
But that's what people believe it.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I would try it just for shits and giggles on the radio.
Oh, you've tried a lot of crazy shit. When you had that French fucking chef come in, I remember those.
Oh,
things.
yeah, well, that's...
We used to bring in some fucking squirrel ass. And
squirrel
ass? No, I mean, what Frankie's referring to back in, God, it's probably 15 years ago on the Opie and Anthony show, we had two chefs come in and cook up rats for everybody.
And you ate the rats?
Yes, I did try it.
What was it like? It
wasn't bad. I mean, it's you want to say it tasted like chicken, but it didn't.
Rats?
It tasted gamey. It was, but it was all right because of how it was prepared. We had a French chef come in, and then I think a guy that most likely is a serial killer because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He just wanted to be on the radio. He made believe he was a chef. He killed the rat in such a way that everyone was horrified because he's just slamming the rat on the table.
He killed it in front of you guys.
Yeah, and the French chef knew exactly where to hit him with a mallet to kill him instantly. And the other guy was just having a problem. This rat.
Oh my God.
He was having a problem.
Oh my God.
We were all horrified.
On the radio, while Opie's almost puking. It's amazing. So real quick, Hope, I want to say one thing, and I'm going to jump because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that, obviously, you could have handled the Anthony situation and threw him under the curb and bury him, and what you did and how you handled it, and then the fact that you said you really do care. I mean, I think that is awesome of you. Honestly, any other person would have said, well, let me get him while he's down. I knew this was going to happen. This is what you did. Great, and I want to say that's awesome.
Thanks, Ray.
You did it this way. Handled the situation. I have a lot more respect, not only for you, but just the whole situation. I have friends that what's going through Anthony. And you knew from that video that there was something else. Come on, man. We all have gone through crazy shit in our life, but it's good that he's going away. But again, I'm going to commend you on the fact that you didn't bury him like you could have, and I appreciate that.
No, I'm a motherfucker, but I learned from my dad.
You are a motherfucker, you motherfucker.
But I learned from my dad a long time ago, I try to live by this. I probably have not been perfect with it, but I tend to not hit people when they're down. I like hitting them when I feel like they're on the top of their game.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't do that to Anthony anyway. I mean, I know what we accomplished together, and I always go back to that point. I hope he takes it seriously, and I'll see him. Maybe I'll see him on the other side of that. We'll see. So thanks, Frank. Oh, Frank just leaves after saying that.
Yeah.
I hate doing radio. Because in my regular life, this conversation would continue.
Yeah.
But
he puts me in a weird spot, and then he hangs up, and I'm like, well, this is what I have to say about it. He's gone.
He said those nice things, and the last thing he called you was a motherfucker.
That's it. That's like going to a coffee shop and starting a deep conversation with someone, and it's your turn to talk, and you look up, and the guy's walking down the sidewalk with his coffee. He doesn't care. What the fuck?
Frankie.
What, Mars?
In Frank's defense, he did say he was going to lay something on you, and he's got to go to work.
That's true.
And I guess he does the placenta smoothies.
Is there video of these guys killing the rats, or that was before video?
I got a whole box of old videos I got to start going through.
Because I would love to see that. This guy, that's so funny. The chef just knew the humane way to do it, and then this guy just came out.
Yeah. And then the French chef prepared it in such a way, and we had listeners that we were just trying to get people to try rats one afternoon on our show. But listeners that came in for that, they actually went back for seconds. That's how good it was. That's how well he prepared it.
Wow.
I don't remember anymore. I'm trying to... there's pictures online that we could...
the rat eating contest.
That we could tweet out. I really wanted New York City subway rats, but they pretty much went more with...
like lab rats.
Yeah, pet store type of rats.
Well, you can. I mean, a New York City subway rat, that's probably disease-infested, right?
But the one guy just slamming the rat on the table and dying. I'm like, what the Peter's going to have a major problem with this. And the other guy held it with a rag.
Yeah.
And one hit.
Boom, dead.
And he was gone. And then the other guy was preparing the rat in a pan, and it was all just bloody and messy. And the French chef is cutting it all nice and thin. Knew exactly what part of the rat to use.
So he wasn't grossed out at all by this French chef.
Nah, not really. But the other guy just wanted to be on the radio.
And he didn't even know how to cook. He threw the rat in the microwave.
It was horrifying. It was just a mess that he put on everyone's plate.
Ugh.
Guts and all.
Did you eat that? Did you eat any of his, the way his was prepared?
Honestly, I don't remember anymore. But I know I tried the French chef one. I know I did that just a little bit just to see. And then and the other one I don't think I touched.
I think in Morocco they fry rats and put them on sticks like shish kebabs, and you can go to there's a shish kebab cart that just has fried rats.
No,
look at this.
In general, I don't eat a lot of different animals because some people like that gamey taste.
I hate that.
Some people like that. I just can't.
I can't.
I mean, even bison. I lived in Western New York, where they're all about bison.
No.
Yeah. They'll make chili and
I can't do it.
I'm looking at a video, sorry, and beef jerky and all that, and it's okay, but people really like it.
I've only ever eaten chicken and cow meat. I've never eaten duck. I've never eaten veal. I've never eaten bison. I've never eaten any of that shit.
I had ostrich.
Was that decent?
It was amazing. That was amazing. That was a really tasty, nice. It tasted like steak.
Okay,
but really nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't chewy or anything.
No.
Brown sauce. I remember I did that once. There was a restaurant on Jericho Turnpike that suspiciously burned down because I guess the ostrich market wasn't doing well.
I heard that some types of calamari are actually pig anus.
I'm sure all that is true.
Yeah.
I'm sure. All right, we're going to take a break.
All right.
We got Chris Distefano here.
I'm here.
I think Pete Davidson might stop by. He told Roland he wanted to. I don't know. We'll see. And I asked Bob Kelly to come in. I thought you'd have a good time with Bob Kelly.
I love Bobby.
He never really got back to me.
Never got back?
He's on set. He's like, I need to figure out my call time, and then I'll get back to you.
Oh, yeah.
But he never did. So I would assume at this point we're not going to get Bob Kelly, unfortunately.
All right.
I would have loved to have seen him today. What do you got? You got this queued up do you have this queued up?
Yeah.
Oh, let me hear this.
What are we having for dinner?
He's just so angry. I've dealt with your fucking pussy for all these goddamn years. Yeah. I want to get rid of my dick and balls, and I want to start dating men. God damn it! What's for dinner? You like that, Travis?
I like what's going on.
No. What's going on
with Roland and Paul?
What's going on now?
Oh no!
What?
We found where Eric is.
Oh no!
Where's Eric? No. Where is he?
Big Periscope.
Is that him in the front fucking row? What do you mean, shit?
Are you commercial?
No, we're not in commercial.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Periscope. You think Periscope?
Look, I used to be a fucking nightmare around here. I got to bring some of that back. I've gotten
what
too,
happened?
I've gotten too soft. E-Rock has blown off his job. He works for a radio show to go to another radio show this morning.
Whose radio show is he at?
I think they're doing some big reunion, aren't they? Because someone...
That's hilarious.
Because I believe Stunt Brain's part of that. He wrote me.
Oh, no.
Isn't it a big reunion?
I know.
Scott Shannon's doing some, what is it, what? He's in the fucking front row!
You should text him.
Will you tweet this out so people can see E-Rock in the front row instead of here?
Ask him where he's at. Text him like where you at.
It's Scott Shannon. What is it? The Z100 or the Zoo reunion or something like that? He brought back.
He's going to get this on Twitter and notify. That's hilarious.
Could you guys beat the shit out of E-Rock today? I haven't asked for anything like this in a long time.
He's in the front row.
Why wouldn't you be in the back?
He has a headset on.
He's in the fucking front row for the Zoo reunion with Scott Shannon.
I hope he has his phone in his hands and he gets all the alerts very soon.
Oh, look, he's looking down at something. Oh.
If you go to Scott Shannon CBS on Twitter, they're periscoping the Zoo reunion, I think it's called. The Zoo Union. And you see E-Rock in the front row.
That's classic.
He don't give a fuck about anyone. E-Rock does him. E-Rock does him.
I thought that E-Rock was dumb enough to be periscoping this, but he's not.
No.
He's probably playing it safe where he's not on any social media thinking he's going to get caught.
He's dumb enough to be in the front row.
Fucking row.
But he's not dumb enough because he knows nothing will fucking happen to him.
I can't believe how in the front row this kid is.
Travis, does this piss you off? Make you happy? What? What's going through your head?
Paul and I are fine, so this makes me happy.
We're going in the crowd. We're going in the crowd.
Wait, they're going to the crowd.
Oh, look who it is.
Please ask E-Rock a question.
Are they interviewing E-Rock? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It was your fault. Are you Here we have the lovely Claire Stevens and, of course, Jonathan B. Bell. Who looks the same. Yeah, looks the same. He shaved his head. Didn't shave it. It all went away.
It's hard to hear, but on video, we got a guy in the crowd with a microphone, and they're ready to talk to E-Rock.
The official CBS FM song of the day for our trip to Orlando getaway vacation.
Like a Prayer by Madonna playing in the 2 p.m. hour. Oh, the Dan Taylor.
All right, we're just seeing
it. Dan Taylor, he has been with us today. It's so good because
here we go.
Listen to the station on a regular basis. It's like a
they went in the audience, and there's a guy in the audience with a microphone right next to E-Rock.
Yeah, I think we should stick with this.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
This is classic.
E-Rock does him. He don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Where'd Joey go? Where'd Stanton Alley go?
All right, we're waiting. Sorry. There's E-Rock again. There's E-Rock.
Listening from Maui.
Oh, my God. He doesn't even tell anybody. All right, this guy has his mic back right next to E-Rock. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Did it just freeze on us?
Why is E-Rock wearing headphones like he's at work?
We just refresh, it froze.
Yeah. Did we just blow up their Periscope?
I don't know.
Is that what's going on? Oh, man, it's trying to connect.
That's so funny.
Do you have it on your phone? Is it working?
How did you find out that E-Rock was over there?
Yeah, right here. If it's working on your phone, we can plug it in from the phone. Here.
Yeah, all right.
I would love it if Eric took a vacation day to produce another radio show.
Yeah, because he's wearing headphones like he's at work. Like he's got our headphones on. He's got these exact headphones are on at this place.
This is why I love Eric.
He don't give a fuck.
No,
he don't give a fuck.
Great. He knows. He takes a day off. He's mysterious. He doesn't tell anyone what he's got to do. Even yesterday, we were like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I just got something to do." Yeah. And then he sits in the front fucking row of something that's being periscoped to a bunch of people.
Huh?
We got a screenshot. We can tweet it.
You got a screenshot?
It's loading on his phone, too.
All right, well.
all right.
I guess we got to monitor the Periscope, but now we found out why E-Rock need to take the day off from our show
and did he
to
just
be in the front row of someone else's show.
And was there any explanation? He was like, I'm not coming in today? Or
no, E-Rock doesn't need to explain anything.
Does he even call? He just doesn't show up.
No, he just tells people he's going to be a little late. E-Rock's good at doing him.
E-Rod's doing him.
He's doing him.
Do you?
I can't give out E-Rock's number again, no. That cost me a lot of money.
Oh, you got in trouble for that one?
Yeah, it was by accident, but he was really fucking mad.
Really?
Yeah, it cost me some dough.
You had to get a new number, new phone, all that?
Yeah, I had to smooth things over with him.
Shit.
So, all right, we'll take a break, and maybe we'll go back to Scott Shannon's Periscope to see E-Rock in the front row.
Fucking classic.
Of another radio show instead of being here.
And it's such perfect timing that, like, we're talking about it, and we could just see him in a little bit, and then the cameraman moves to the front row to take questions, and it's right on E-Rock's fucking face.
They ended their rock. Oh, wait, they're back on.
They're back on?
But now they're off E-Rock.
Are they off him?
Yeah.
Here, put the volume on yeah, there you go.
Time to Kiss the Week.
That's what E-Rock missed work for.
I guess they're reminding
everyone.
He
was probably saying that really loud.
Yeah.
I was all into that.
I hope Rob Lowe tweets this. This would be a great Rob Lowe. Goodbye.
They're having a reunion to remind people how bad Morning Zoo Radio was, I guess.
Bill's here, and Dan Taylor's hanging around with those dulcet tones of his. Yeah. Now, does this count as your shift today, or you got to go in there and do it in
mouth? I don't know.
They ended their broadcast.
Huh?
They ended their Periscope broadcast.
Oh, they ended it?
Right at that point.
There he is.
There he is.
Right at that point, they ended it.
There's E-Rock in the front row.
Like, it's not like that might be Eric.
That's a 100%.
But he has a look on his face like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, that's just
They're
his
not
look.
happy that the camera's so close to him. You think it's just his look?
Yeah, I mean, come on, you're in the front row of a big event. You have to, you have to know. He knows. He's the best.
I just love that he doesn't, like, tell anybody.
He had an Eric Carmen look.
Wait, what?
He has an Eric Carmen look. Fuck me.
Yeah. But he, I don't think we would have said you can't do this, but he's very mysterious.
Where is this event? Is it somewhere around here?
I don't know.
I would assume so if he's going to be here at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yeah, I don't know. If he would have just came to us and said, hey, man, you mind if I go see the Scott Shannon Zoo reunion?
He would have said yes.
I would have said, go have
That's
fun.
the best part. Like, no one's going to say no.
Right.
Like, he's taking a vacation day. Like, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's so mysterious and we find out about it.
He's in the front row.
How did you find out about this?
What?
How did you find out?
I didn't know where he was, and my phone went off, and someone goes, hey, is that E-Rock? I was like, no.
They sent you.
No. I just turned on the Periscope. Someone goes, "Hey, look, there's E-Rock walking around."
Yeah.
So I just clicked it on, and there he was.
There he is.
There he is.
I'm just trying to be content to the show.
And he has the balls to just make sure he sits in the front row.
Fuck. But he looked. You could see in his face when the camera came on. He was like trying not to make eye contact.
He's like, oh,
he had his hand up over his eyes.
He's like, oh shit, this could be a problem.
It's going to give a fake name.
Yeah. All right. We are going to continue after the break. Chris Distefano in studio. Loved the first hour.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice. Let's keep it going.
All right.
Christy Comedy on Twitter, and tonight through Sunday, The Creek and the Cave.
Yeah,
in
but
Long
don't
Island
even
City.
come.
Yeah, because you're just trying out shit.
Just trying stuff out.
And you're having anxiety attacks. And
yeah, it was yesterday. There were 6 people there. I did about 55 minutes on nothing. So don't come. Come April 22nd and 23rd to Carmine's Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie, or April 29th and 30th to Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
That's when you got your polished set.
That's where we'll be up.
All ready to go.
We'll be up and running.
There'll be a lot of laughs those 2 nights.
Oh, yeah.
Or those 2 dates, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to check in and update you on E-Rock's progress at another radio show. Maybe Pete Davidson joins us. I don't know. And we got to figure out other shit after the break. Is Dennis Falcone here?
He's here.
All right, we'll talk to Dennis. Stay there. Yes, we're back. Scott Shannon has tweeted, Travis. Have you seen the tweet yet?
I saw it. It made my day.
So, if you're just tuning in, E-Rock decided to take a day for himself. He's good for a few of those. Here's a puddle of mud. Nice.
This puddle of mud?
Yes.
Oh.
We were talking about puddle of mud earlier.
Yeah. Take it all the way.
I do like this song.
It's not a bad song.
This is so catchy. I like this one. So E-Rock took a day for himself. He does that from time to time. But he's very mysterious. He's very sneaky. What other words would you use, Travis? Mysterious, sneaky.
Mysterious is a good word.
Mysterious is a very good word.
He's elusive.
Vague. He's vague.
He's very vague.
Vague.
He's the guy that will text me. I've known him forever, and I feel like I don't know him at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he'll just text me and go, "Hey."
That's the first text.
Yeah,
hey.
and then I go, "Hey, what's up? You got a minute?" It takes like 3 or 4 texts for him to finally say whatever he's going to say.
Just say what you're going to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, just open up with it.
But it's always a, hey. So he's not here today. He's coming in at 10 o'clock, and then we get some intel from one of our fine listeners that he's in the front row of the Scott Shannon Zoo reunion that he's doing somewhere in New York City today, in front of a smattering amount of people. There's a smattering, right?
Smattering.
And then, so then we get a link to the Periscope of the broadcast, and then there's E-Rock in the fucking front row. So we screen capped him in the front row, and we put it on our Twitter, Opie and Jimmy, and Scott Shannon retweeted it with the hashtag slacker. Slacker.
But he's in the front row with his headphones on.
Yes.
Like, I don't get, is he working it, or is he... No, he's just showing up to work. Like, he looks like he's fucking Warren from Something About Mary. Fucking Franks and Beans. He looks like he's about to yell Franks and Beans at Scott Shannon.
I'll tell you why he's wearing headphones. He doesn't want to miss a word of this reunion. He's been waiting for this reunion forever. Look, we have never seen him smile. Look at that smile on his face.
And he put on his good sweatshirt. He's not wearing that shitty Adidas track jacket. He's actually got on something nice like a polo sweatshirt.
He's a happy boy today.
Yeah, I mean, he's never that happy from the hours.
No, never. I got a nagel on my show.
What's for dinner?
I heard he was interviewed on the air.
That's what we're here. We're trying to get the audio.
I don't know how we'll get it, but
I really wish we could have caught on Periscope him receiving the news that we know.
He begrudgingly said he's a producer on this radio show.
He's like, I'm a producer on the. Did he say the Opie channel?
The Opie channel.
I'm on the Opie channel
for the Opster.
I run the Opster.
Want to be starting something? Why do we want to play that?
No, I'm listening to their feed. I'm trying to rewind it to find.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you find it, please. Anyway, and then lost my headphones. And then we got Chris Distefano in studio, and we're still trying to figure out this placenta on the black market thing.
I don't know. People have been tweeting saying it goes for $50K, and a lot of people are saying that they drink them and they know where to get them.
Look, I mean, if it went for $50K, everybody would be doing it.
I don't know.
That's nice.
And I was thinking,
you can pay a lot of fucking bills off with $50K.
I was thinking about something when we were in the break. The smoothie is what's getting me. But I was thinking, if I could, I could eat any food. I think any piece of meat. So if you fried up placenta and you put it on a slice of pizza,
just know where it's coming from.
I could eat it. You couldn't eat it on a pizza?
I would eat it for the radio show. Yes.
Right, but you couldn't enjoy it.
But see, that's different. If I didn't have a radio show, no, I'm not going to sit around and eat fucking placenta.
Look at E-Rock waiting for an autograph. He's waiting for an autograph from John B. Bell. I think that's John Bell.
Oh, now Scott Shannon's really fucking with him.
Still nerding out.
Yeah, it's at Scott Shannon CBS on Twitter. We love Scott Shannon. We used to hate him. This radio thing is so fucked up. Your enemies become your friends become your... It's just so stupid. But anyway, Scott Shannon, who we now love, we used to beat him up pretty good.
Yeah.
He just tweeted at Opie and Jimmy at E-Rock Radio is still nerding out. Don't think he'll be in today. and then he's got the poo emoji.
Hashtag Zoo reunion.
Who's this? Oh no! Yes. Are you serious? All right.
Which guy is that? Is that John Bell?
Huh?
Who is that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he getting autographs now?
Is he not? I think he's getting an autograph.
Is he? Is still nerding out, and then the Zoo reunion. But now we got to move on. We're going to get back to the placenta thing. We're going to get to you, Dennis Falcone. Don't worry.
No problem.
And we have Aaron Paul coming in today from Breaking Bad, and he's promoting The Path, now available on Hulu. But first, His Highness.
Woo!
Ian Halpern.
I'm excited.
Ian.
It's the day of Romans and Hindus today.
I didn't know that. Why?
We celebrated New Year's Day, April 1st, baby.
No, I know it's...
Opie.
Yes.
Opie.
Yes.
Seriously, it's time to get Stern off the air. You're much better.
What happened?
I'm launching a campaign today. Stern's old. He can't even get it up anymore. The guy's dead.
Stern?
It's time for Opie to replace Howard. Let's face it. Let's call a spade a spade. But it's the day of Romans and Hindus today.
I like that. I want to put that on a shirt. It's the day of Romans and Hindus.
The Gregorian calendar. Do you have a copy in front of you?
Well, I don't happen to have my Gregorian calendar in front of me.
I met the Pope about a month and a half ago.
See, this is what I'm trying to tell you, Chris.
His Highness went one-on-one with the Pope.
And how did that go, sir?
He's a good guy, actually. I like this guy.
How did you... Wow, you did! It doesn't lie.
It doesn't lie. Look at it with the Pope.
We just got a picture. That's you.
With the Pope.
How the fuck did you meet the Pope?
His Highness is connected, baby.
I thought it was another...
I went one-on-one with him. He's in my new film, The Pope. I did a film about contemporary anti-Semitism, of all things.
Yeah.
And I got to meet the Pope one-on-one in Rome. Have you been to Rome, Opie?
I've never been to Rome. I've been to Rome, New York, though.
Rome. Are you gonna go?
I used to see a gal in Utica, so we drove through Rome once, which was close by.
Opie, out of anybody, you're my favorite.
Thank you.
Jimmy. There's no fucking doubt about it. I have fucking 700 media outlets trying to get to me now because of my new book coming out, and it's going exclusive on Opie's show, The Big Scoop. I'm going to give you one big scoop when I get in your studio a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but
all those other motherfuckers can wait.
Yeah. But you see, you can't help yourself. You're going to give someone else the scoop. We can't wait 2 weeks.
You know what? Out of anybody, April Fool's Day this is. You know who invented April Fool's?
The Romans and the Hindus.
Yeah, the Romans and the Hindus.
I don't know. Who invented April Fool's?
1582. This goes back. This isn't something that's been going around for 40 years, 50 years. This has existed for a long time. What was the biggest April Fool's joke what you played today?
I've had bad luck with the April Fool's thing and radio shows, so I kind of made a deal with myself that I would leave April Fool's alone.
Yeah. There you go. Do you know how to say April Fool's in French?
No.
Poisson d'avril.
Oh, very nice. Hey, we got Chris Distefano in studio. I was trying to explain Ian Halperin, His Highness, to Chris Distefano. I don't know if I did it justice, but he's getting to talk to you for the first time, sir.
And I'm excited. It's nice to meet you.
Hey, ditto. You're in the company of a legend.
You or Opie?
Thanks a lot.
And it's time that we move right down the hall and knock out Stern. You're on the same floor, yes or no?
Yeah. The hallways are closed, though.
Yeah, we're on the same floor. I used to pass him in the hallway, but there's a new rule where they now shut down pretty much this whole floor until he gets into his area.
So when I come in, can we just barge through his studio? I've been on his show before, but can we barge through his studio and hijack his mic?
Well, I mean, I got a microphone right here for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should go there. We should tell him he's gone. It's Howard, you've had a good run, but now we're going to take it to the next level.
Well, I think he just signed for another 5 years at a ridiculous number, by the way. So I don't know if the company feels like he's done.
The key to life is sustaining.
Yes.
And nobody sustains better than Opie. I'm telling you.
Down by the river. Thank you, sir. Hey,
taking it to the next level, dude.
I want to go to Travis for a second because Travis said, you say this shit on our show, and half the time we don't believe you, but it's always backed up. It's always true. Like
it's always right.
When you said that you met the Pope, my first thought is, what a fucking liar. He's full of shit. And then there is a picture, you smiling like an idiot because the Pope is behind you after you just met him.
Yeah, after I just interviewed him, actually.
That's pretty cool.
I talk a lot of shit. We all know that. But most of the shit I talk about is true.
Right.
The fact is, I'm coming on your show. I have fucking 700-odd media requests. I'm not answering any of them. Everybody's been calling because I think it was the Post. The Post released some details of my new book coming out about the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come on your show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to start launching some bombs.
Launching some bombs, some truth bombs.
Nice.
Are the truth bombs?
You guys are getting it. You know, as I said to somebody, I had one of the big TV shows call me the other day. We need you right now. I said, listen, I'm going to my homies who have supported me all these years.
Yeah.
I fucking owe you no favors. So
Yeah.
just queue up.
All right.
You know, I'm a loyal guy.
So what kind of truth bomb? Can you give us a hint on one of the truth bombs?
We'll talk about Kim's ass. We'll start there.
Well, it's a fake ass, right?
It's a fake?
There's some implants in there.
We'll talk more and more about it, though. There's a lot of details, and we'll talk about Mr. Kanye a lot.
Kanye.
I know more about Kanye than he does today.
All right. Now that sounds good. And you have anything on Caitlyn Jenner?
A lot.
A lot.
Wow.
What's for dinner?
A lot.
Ian, have you ever had placenta?
Keep going.
No, I'm being serious.
That's a real question.
That's a real. Yeah,
we were talking about it on the show. Like the Kardashians, they cooked up placenta for one of their episodes, and then we went to a video where this woman with beautiful, God, I'll just say it, beautiful tits,
nice pimply tits,
was making a placenta smoothie with strawberries, bananas, grapes. What else was in there?
That was it. Oh, look at this,
and some milk.
Yeah, some people put placenta in their backyard.
Yeah, under trees, right, to fertilize a tree.
Interesting.
Yes. What was I going to say? There was something else with Ian. Were you the one that said that Kris Jenner leaked the sex tape?
Yes.
Wow. Because that made news everywhere. That's the one you should have gave us. That's a quick phone call.
I know, but it wasn't me who leaked it. It was my publisher. They leaked it to Page 6, and then it went...
it went viral. It says Kris Jenner...
that was nothing. That's like one of the least significant bullets in the book. This book, page to page, is going to raise eyebrows, and don't worry, you're missing out on nothing. Everybody knows that Kris was part of that sex tape deal with Vivid.
Yeah.
So that's no big deal. I'm going to release some bombs on your show when I come on.
And we're calling them truth bombs.
Yes.
TBs.
And by the way, I bowed you this morning because I asked you on Twitter last night to prove that young lady wasn't a tranny, and boy, did you prove it.
Oh, yeah. She's hot as hell, that one. I'll tell you. Honestly, that woman...
Yeah.
I wish every one of your male viewers to have a night with her, and we'd all be happy.
Where's the video of her of the pussy?
Why did you take the video down of her pussy?
Well, I put it up, but look, I don't want to put up racy stuff online. I'll put it back on when I'll show it. I have it on my camera, so when I come in, I'll give it to you guys.
Ian, I noticed I helped your followers last night. You were going up pretty nicely. Oh, wow, you went up real nicely.
Whoa.
With our little exchange last night.
685.
And I think if you put that video back up, the one I opened the show with, I discussed this. Mm-hmm. I think you'll get a lot more followers.
All right, the video's going back up right after I hang up.
The video's going back up.
The video's going up.
In case you weren't part of the back and forth with me and Ian, we're going back and forth on Twitter last night.
Right.
He sent a picture. He was bragging about this woman on her belly. She's a brown-skinned woman, and her hand was playing with some genitals as she's on her belly, but it was covering up what could have been a ball bag, so I asked Ian to prove that it wasn't a tranny, and boy, he sent a video.
Did he prove it?
So he's putting the video back up. If you go to Ian Undercover on Twitter, it'll be up right after this phone call, right?
It's going to be up right away, and then everybody's going to get their pants up because she's hot as hell.
She's hot.
And you know what? For a black woman, dude, she tastes very good. I got it.
Whoa, that's a little...
It tastes like spring water.
It's a little racist.
That was a little racist, though. You can't really say for a black woman, although I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Everybody knows me. I'm not racist, but, look, some people, they just don't wash properly, and they smell like too lackey down there or something. But this chick...
See, I know what you're saying. Like Italians like Italian food just a little better than everyone else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're used to what you're used to.
Yeah.
So maybe the smell could be a little different.
This was spring water.
Spring water?
Wow. A little Poland Spring.
How much did that cost you, Ian?
It was on the house. Everything for me is on the house. I don't have Opie type of money. So until I make Opie type of money, everything's on the house.
You're going to have some nice money after this book comes out.
Hey, listen, I'm sending it all to you, Opie. I don't know what to do with money. I'm bad with money, you know. For me, it's just about the experience of living life, being healthy.
Right.
But
where are you calling from?
I'm undercover.
You can't tell us like a country?
Yeah, I'm undercover now. I'm on another assignment. So
all right.
I'm just somewhere down under, put it that way.
All right.
Oh.
Do you have a nice disguise? Because, you know, you're...
Yeah. I look like a cross between Opie, Jimmy, and Caitlyn Jenner.
What's for dinner?
Okay. Travis, you got a question for His Highness? I know you're a big fan.
No,
Anything?
Ian knows I love him, and I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, we can't wait to see him.
Travis is a man, seriously, and he's in the acknowledgments of every one of my books. He's in this book, too.
Are you, Travis?
Yeah,
I don't
Travis
believe that's true.
Why are you lying, Ian?
No, he's in there. Check out the acknowledgments.
I'm going to have to...
I actually believe him.
Yeah? Am I being acknowledged in your Kardashians book?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I put the OP show in there, too.
I believe.
I'm sure. You guys are in all my books in some shape or form. You know.
All right. Well, Ian, I'm very happy you called.
Yeah. Happy April Fools, everybody. And everybody, please remember the Hindus.
The Hindus.
All right, the Hindus.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks with some truth bombs.
Yes, the Romans and the Hindus prevail. April Fools. Happy day.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Ian Halpern. When is he coming in, Roland?
May 18th.
May 18th? We got to wait?
April 18th.
Oh, April. Okay. Jesus. Damn. Safe to say there will be no truth bombs on our show.
But not on May 18th.
Because that guy can't help himself.
I can't believe, because as soon as he said that he was with the Pope, I was like, oh, this guy's joking. And then 2 seconds later, boom, picture with the Pope.
With the Pope.
This guy seems pretty awesome. He's good energy.
He rules. It took a little while for us to figure it out, like Travis said. I wasn't sure if that was on the air or off air, but Travis was right. It took us a little time to come around on Ian, and now I just can't get enough of the guy.
Chris, you should come in when he comes in.
I would love to.
Yeah.
What is it, April 18th?
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Book it.
I'm booked.
You won't regret it.
You absolutely won't regret it. Okay. Dennis Falcone, what's going on, Dennis?
Good morning. How are you today?
We're good.
Good.
Have you ever had placenta?
No.
We were talking about placenta smoothies. I think we're going to try that soon.
Oh, enjoy it. You also ate bugs on the air, didn't you? Did you eat a roach or something?
No, I just had cockroaches walking around my eggs one morning.
Oof.
Just to show that it's not that big of a fucking deal.
Right. And you still ate the eggs?
Yeah, no problem.
Fuck it, yeah.
But, I mean, I wouldn't eat the roach.
That's a little gross.
I don't think I'd do that. Did you see the Rob Lowe tweet?
No.
You got to defend your 70s on 7 channel.
Okay.
Rob Lowe last night tweeted this. I love 70s on 7 on at Sirius XM, but it often makes me wonder if that decade was also full of horrible on-air jokes.
Whoa.
Yep.
What do you mean, yeah?
That's what I do when I'm on the air. Corny stuff. What did he hear? Did he hear anything specific?
I think he's talking about you. But then somebody said there's some J.J. Walker.
Yeah, I was in for J.J. last night.
Last night?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about you. Holy shit!
It's okay.
What kind of horrible jokes?
I don't know. Although I did, JJ had texted me because he wasn't feeling well, and he said, I said JJ had lost his voice. He's got a great voice too.
That's what I hear.
And if I find it, I'm not giving it back.
He doesn't have a thin voice like yourself.
Oh gosh, I'd kill for that.
Although your voice sounds a little more manly today.
I'd kill for that voice.
Yeah.
No, I'm speaking regular. I'm speaking regular. I am. I don't know. I mean, if there's a certain joke with the songs, I mean, yeah, it was kind of corny in the 70s. You know that.
So give me one of your horrible jokes.
I don't remember what I was saying
Rob
last
Lowe's
night.
words, not mine.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's Rob.
And
We
let's
support
be clear.
you.
Let's be clear, by the way. It's not horrible on-air jokes. Horrible is all caps.
Yeah.
Full.
Yeah.
It was full. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
If Rob would like to come in and be a guest disc jockey on the 70s, I'd love to have him.
I don't know if he's.
Yeah.
Well, how delusional are you?
I
don't know if Rob Lowe.
If he would do it.
I don't know if Rob Lowe's going to take that as a threat.
Now, let me see.
He forgot that he even tweeted this.
Is there a time on that?
6:30.
6:30.
Were you on at 6:30?
I was on it, yeah, because he was probably, I wonder if he was listening on the East Coast or West Coast.
I would believe that would be the West Coast.
Yeah, because he still got me. It's 3:30 on the West Coast.
Wow.
When I was on, because I was on 6 to mid.
You did 6 to mid.
6 to mid.
6 to mid.
Yeah, I was the night slammer.
But could you give us a horrible joke that you did?
Let me see. What was I playing last night? I'm trying to think of what I did. Well, it's like if I played.
You air check every day, right?
Well, it's
every
in the
shift.
system. Yeah, I don't do a shift. It's a show. I've told you
it's
that.
It's a shift.
I've told you that before many times. Let me see. If I was playing gallery
it's a
night,
shift. This is sort of a show. I'm not even going to say this is a show.
Yeah,
but this is sort of a show. You do a shift.
Yeah, I got my boogie shoes on by Casey and the Sunshine Band. I'm not a good dancer because I got 2 left feet. It's real tough to buy shoes. It's a little corny joke for you. If I was playing gallery, nice to be with you. Here's one from the DJ cliche list. And then he would, hit the post and go, it's so nice to be with you, because a lot of jocks do that. How you doing today? Nice to be with you. Little phony stuff there.
Little phony stuff there.
I try to do a little, outside of just announcing this is, that was. I mean, you're listening to a 70s channel. If you don't know that's Casey and the Sunshine Band, get down tonight.
I got to stop you because Ian has officially put the video back
let's
up.
See this
okay.
Pussy. Oh, look at that.
So you go to Ian Undercover, and there he is.
There it is. And that's a full vagina. That's not a pre-op, post-op. That's a pussy.
Wait, did you get to hear Ian's voice in the background?
I don't think so.
So the lady is now doing a split up against a wall. And then the camera goes underneath, down under. And that proves it that it's not a tranny. There you go.
There you go.
Ian is a man of his word.
And he's open that that's a hooker.
Ian Undercover on Twitter.
Look at that.
He's getting the follows today.
Nice.
There you go.
Ian rules.
That was the video we were checking out last night. Okay, so Dennis.
Could be cold out there, so you'll want to get down tonight. You get it? Down as a comforter.
Oh, that's a comforter joke?
Yeah, a little down comforter.
Oh.
But see, you know what you're doing. That's the thing. Like, you're aware that these are corny jokes. Rob Lowe's, it's on Rob Lowe now. He's got to know that you're just joking.
Well, exactly. I'm just having fun. And you want people to go, oh, gosh.
You're going for that.
Well, I won't say anything, sexual or political.
I could tell it affected you when you heard that. You were like, "Oh, it's about me." You were like, "Well, he can fucking
cool.
come down here."
No. I said if he'd like to, that'd be cool. If he'd like to come down,
he doesn't.
Look, Opie, if you can't take people criticizing you in this business, we're in the wrong business, my friend.
Right.
Hey, that's it. You know how many rejection letters I've gotten at home from radio stations? Folders of them. Folders of them.
And you kept them?
I've kept them, and you know what? I got a job, so there.
I laugh because, there was a time.
You remember getting those letters.
There was a time when I was starting out. I finally got my own show in Buffalo. I was doing overnights, but, you want to move on to a bigger market and a better slot, or at least a better slot. So I'm trying to remember what day. It was probably every Monday or Tuesday I'd be in line at the post office with my air checks and my resume, sending out packages to radio stations. And then the good ones would send you a form letter basically saying sorry, but go fuck yourself. And others just didn't even acknowledge they got the tape.
Right.
And some of these old school DJs, they actually save all that.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee I had a rejection letter from pretty much every market up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, definitely. And I would send them to the biggest radio stations.
That's what I did too.
Exactly.
Way out of my league, but I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to be in Buffalo. I want to be back home in New York.
Nothing to lose.
I sent one to a guy in Fort Knox, Kentucky. He was going to pay me less than I was already making working, somewhere.
Right.
So I figured, wow, they must pay you in gold bricks in, Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
But you never got a full-time job.
No. Well, I did. I've had full-time jobs. I've had full-time jobs.
You're still getting rejection letters.
Sure. Why not? I just save them in a folder.
Jesus.
And then when you look in the trades and you see somebody was fired, say, wow, I sent that guy a tape back in 1981.
Do you remember the ads in the rag magazines? And they're like, if you don't have 10 years experience, don't bother.
Yeah.
10 years experience in talking to these dumb microphones?
Yeah. And that's so stupid. So that means all their stations have people older? Doesn't the radio stations want some young guys?
Why can't it be some younger kid that just happens to have it.
Have a nice voice. Yeah.
Well, a lot of markets outside of New York, disc jockeys would start when they were like, 15, 16 as a part-time job in their local radio station. You couldn't do that where we are. You couldn't walk into New York City and
God, no.
Of course not.
Eric Nagel started as a youngster.
Right.
As a young boy, and now look at him.
Good old E-Rock, who's hanging out with another radio show this morning.
Oh, my God.
So what do you got for April Fools?
We got a company email yesterday saying they don't want us doing any April Fools.
But that's... I mean, there was a time after me and Anthony did the mayor's prank in Boston, we shut down radio shows across the country.
Yeah.
Letters went out in all sorts of radio companies not to do any more April Fool's jokes.
No, you can't do that. I did one once.
They told you guys not to do them?
It was an email.
Man, I love that I'm in my own fucking world. They don't bother us with that shit.
What I wanted to do is if I was going to be on the 70s, I wanted to play a different jingle of every different radio station.
You had a little Bruce Jenner hair back in the day.
Yeah, I did.
That was a little "What's for dinner?" I could imagine you saying "What's for dinner."
This is it.
Play it. Play that. Show his face. Show Opie's face at the still, and then go, "What's for dinner?"
Very organic with stuff.
Hi.
So what are we having for dinner?
Remington.
So what are we having for dinner?
The hair is pretty close.
So what are we having for dinner?
Well, my hair is from 1998.
Oh, it's great.
Bruce's hair is from 2015.
I love how they put your name in quotes too. Opie.
Yeah, Opie. I think that's his name.
Opie. With the choker, with that fucking necklace.
Now, when you got
Jesus Christ, you look like you look like a California lesbian. Oh man,
it was
the youthful fucking Opester.
It was the look, I guess, right?
No, it looked good, but it's just funny that it's. I could just saying, "What's for dinner?"
1998. Well, what happened when Ant did the mayor's prank? Most people know this by now. We got fired. Holy fuck! And we had a huge show up there in Boston. They got rid of us, and I didn't take it very seriously. This was before we got fired, and we were leaving our area, and we got hijacked by a news crew right at the elevator. They were hiding in our break room.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I never seen this interview. Is it worth?
Oh, it's worth playing.
It's worth playing. Yeah, I would love to see it.
Go all the way to the beginning of this. I'll pause this. So, wow, this is 18 years ago.
Wow.
So they do the whole story, and then they got the exclusive interview from us. And boy, I did not take it seriously. No. I sound like a fucking doofus.
What were you, 30 years old? Like late 20s, early 30s back then?
I was in my 30s, yeah.
30s, wow.
98. So, early 30s.
39?
Huh?
39?
No, stop. All right, push play on this.
Nino was dead. You weren't imagining it. It was an April Fool's hoax by 2 radio disc jockeys. Tonight, those DJs are apologizing to the mayor. But as News 4's David Robichaud tells us, Mr. Menino's not interested in apologies.
One of my relatives was just coming out of the hospital, and somebody called and asked her, can we do anything for your family during this tragedy? And, she was shocked. My daughter, my wife, and a lot of my personal friends called the office there, and my staff was under there crying.
Can anyone take a joke anymore?
On April Fool's Day, WBAS DJs Opie and Anthony, who like...
Do you have the actual air check of you guys doing that? The audio of you actually making the announcement?
I listened to it, I think, last year. It's not even believable.
No.
Although there's a radio guy out there that gets very nervous when I talk about this, because I called him up and asked him for a favor.
Oh.
Because he has one of those voices, so I had him play a newsman to make it more believable.
And did he get in trouble for it, too?
I don't know.
Being a part of it?
I don't think I've ever said his name.
Oh, so they don't even know whose voice it was then?
No, they left him alone.
Okay.
But to this day, I think he gets a little nervous because it's not really his thing. I called it a favor.
I want to see
he's not really a shock jock guy. So all hell's breaking loose, and I'm like, I think it's all going to go away by screaming into the microphone the next day. Can anyone take a joke anywhere? What a fucking idiot. I love looking back at my old self.
This is great.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Look at that.
All right, play that again. Yes. All right.
They're crying.
Can anyone take a joke anymore?
On April Fool's Day, WAAF DJs Opie and Anthony, who like to refer to themselves as demented, told their listeners Mayor Menino had been killed in a car accident. At the time it aired, the mayor's wife, Angela, thought her husband was in a car on the way to the airport, so she thought it was true. When the mayor's staff heard about the prank, they demanded a retraction.
We asked them to pull it, and they said, no, we're not going to pull it. And they said, no, we're going to go along and go ahead with it. Then we called the general manager back and wouldn't take our phone calls.
I caught up with the DJs outside their Westboro studios. You think saying the mayor was dead was crossing the line, though?
Yeah. I feel bad that the mayor's, wife heard it. Who knew that the mayor's family is fans of the Opie and Anthony show?
Look at you. Oh, my God. Jesus.
And, that was a time we didn't get a lot of, TV coverage or whatever. Here and there.
I know.
But I thought I had myself together, and then that camera went on, and you could hear it. I'm like,
you started I know. You had no. You're like moving. You're like trying to wave your hair around to try to look good for the camera. You had no experience yet,
none whatsoever. I'm stammering. I'm like, is that live? Oh boy, hey, wow, that camera light is really bright.
Oh my God. When you try to make a joke and laugh, and Anthony's just like.
Fucking loser.
That's so funny, man. This is great to see.
Really? Yeah.
I think it's great.
I can't believe it's 18 years.
Wow.
I cannot believe this is 18 years ago. Push play again.
Yeah. I feel bad that the mayor's, wife heard it. Who knew that the mayor's family is fans of the Opie and Anthony show?
Used to be.
You idiots. I think it's stupid. I think anyone who listens to our show for the last 3 years knows what we're all about. We've done pranks like this for the last 3 years.
We apologize to the mayor and his family.
I am sorry, mayor and family. Seriously.
I will not accept an apology.
Fuck you, then.
I have a great sense of humor, and but this is more than this is not a laughing matter at all.
Now, the mayor plans to file a complaint with the FCC, and he may even sue the radio station. WAAF management says they've offered to let the mayor throw pies in the DJ's faces to raise money for charity, but tonight Opie and Anthony told me they will not go along with that. Sean?
All right, thank you. So wait a second. They would have let it was mayor was going to throw pies at you, or you keep your job and you said, fuck it, I'd rather get fired?
I apologize to the older listeners. They've heard this story about 10 times, but if you've never heard it. So we're in deep shit. And Bruce Mittman, our general manager, who we actually really liked him a lot, even though he fucked us over money-wise. We were doing great, and he still wasn't giving us shit. And then we had a PD that just never liked us.
Yeah.
And his bright idea was, look, we'll put you guys in stockades in Faneuil Hall.
Yeah.
And then we'll invite the mayor to come down and throw pies at you. And then this whole thing will go away.
And you said?
I said no, because I'm like, first of all, it's the stupidest bit ever. And second of all, it's not going to work. It's pretty obvious it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, and then Bruce Mittman, he didn't want to lose us. We were everything to that station at the time. And so he hid in the bushes one day. This is true. Hid in the bushes with a camera guy. Knew where the mayor was going to be. Popped out of the bushes and put his hand out. And the mayor shook his hand. And the guy went, click. And then he explained who he was after the handshake. And that picture went everywhere. Like, it was almost like, look, we're sorry. And, oh, look, the mayor's kind of cool with it because he's shaking Bruce Mittman's hand. Wow. But it was a complete sabotage. He basically jumped out of the bushes.
And did the mayor get pissed at that went everywhere?
He was pissed at everything.
So
then we had all these pies because they ordered the pies already.
somebody just went 0 to 100 and was like,
I knew we were fucked. God bless them. They were trying everything to try to keep our jobs. But I was like, we're fucked.
We're fucked.
When you get this type of media attention, they don't care if the radio show's doing well.
Yeah.
So then we brought the pies to this. I forgot the place. They do a really good job, but it's for kids with cancer and stuff.
Oh.
Kids that are in a tough spot, and a lot of them that might not even make it. So we brought the pies over there on a big pallet, and then they wanted a photo op because they hired PR to do whatever they could to save our asses, and they try to get a photo op of me and Anthony with all the sick kids around us with the pies. Like, look at how nice these guys, giving pies to this facility. And I refuse. I'm like, that's just ridiculous.
Not gonna do that.
No, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, that picture is all about just trying to save our jobs. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. We'll take the hit. We'll have to take the hit on this one.
Wow.
But I also fucking knew we had jobs waiting for us in New York.
It was like you knew what you were leaving.
I didn't say that for years, but that was the truth.
Yeah.
We were taking major fucking chances knowing that we had a place to go.
No matter what. Yeah.
In a bigger market.
Sure.
So.
That's hilarious. I would love to see the youthfulness.
Huh?
It was so funny to see you there, like just uncomfortable on camera, and the hair thing is, you got to catch it where it's like as soon as the camera comes on, it fucking does a thing where he waves his hair just to get ready for the camera. It's right before.
I thought I could handle the media.
Yeah, watch this.
And look, look. The camera goes on, and I'm just like,
look.
Studios. Yeah. You think saying the mayor
It's just subtle.
A stupid leather jacket I bought. The leather jacket's too big.
Right there.
I don't even have the proper sized leather jacket.
That's a good gif right there.
I was trying to grow the hair out.
It looked good, man. I got to be honest. It did look good.
Yeah, but then you turn and look right into the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
That's a good
Sarah,
one.
You're like, oh, lights on. And then the panic joke is so funny to me. Just the panic laugh. I thought he was a fan.
Who knew?
Who knew?
This will smooth things over. And then
Look, Anthony couldn't even make eye contact. It's like, it's crazy.
We weren't used to it yet.
We weren't used to it yet.
We were not used to that shit yet.
It's crazy, man, right? To look back, like you would watch that now and not even realize like how uncomfortable you were in front of the camera back then.
Then a news truck camped out and on my front lawn in Wellesley up there, Wellesley, Massachusetts. And me and my girl at the time were watching the news, and I'm like, oh my God, they're starting the news from the lawn.
Oh shit.
They actually started the news from the lawn. And they're banging on the door live on the news, and I'm not budging. And you can see me sort of peeking out to check out the scene.
And you're watching that on TV, and wow.
I'm watching it on TV as they're broadcasting from my front lawn.
Holy fuck.
And then they would chase us down the road. Oh,
Jesus.
Because we were told don't fucking say a word. The only reason we said a word here was we were ambushed.
Now, was this your first? I know that your show was huge in Boston, but was that thing like the most press that it had ever gotten?
Well, we did the WOW promotion, the Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Oh, sure,
thing.
yeah.
That got a lot of attention out there, and they started doing a lot of stories on that as well.
Yeah.
So, and and they shut that promotion down in Boston. But then New York embraced it. They're like, fuck, it's great. We'll even do bumper stickers for you guys.
Yeah, I saw those bumper stickers everywhere.
So that's why we had to leave Boston. That's why we had to start taking big hits.
Yeah.
I just had a vision that was way bigger than what we were doing for AF.
Yeah.
Did you get calls from other radio stations offering you a job when that came down? Like, hey, if you guys get fired, we'll...
a million of them.
Yeah, okay.
That was the time when you fucked up.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted you.
Right.
And then when we did the Sex for Sam thing, then it got to a point in radio, you fucked up. They're like, you're out.
Right.
And now we're going to try to destroy you.
Yeah.
And make you go away forever. But there was a time all these big, quote, shock jocks would do their big event, get fired, and then, oh my God, they had job offers offering them, more money.
Yeah.
And that was the case there. We had Atlanta that wanted us. No, I shouldn't say all over. There were a few. The big ones were Atlanta and New York, though.
Yeah, it's like you can't get any bigger than New York in radio, though.
Well, you should have talked to my agent at the time. He's like, I think you guys should go to Atlanta.
What?
He said that. And there were 2 stations in New York. I'm like, wait, so we finally had the chance to do radio for our friends and family. We get to move home. And you want us to go to Atlanta?
Why? What was his reasoning to go to Atlanta over New York?
I thought it was a better situation.
Income tax
when is Atlanta over New York ever a better situation?
Well, then these are all old stories, but then we went down there, I think, twice because they really wanted us. And then one guy's driving us around, showing us houses we could buy for the money they're going to offer us.
Oh.
And then the whole time in a heavy, like, Southern accent, they're trying to tell us, this is just like New York.
No.
And they're trying to, they're taking us to hip areas of Atlanta.
Yeah.
I have no problems with Atlanta, but.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice city.
When you have your hometown, New York area wanting you, I mean, why? That's tough to say no to.
Okay, yeah. I think you made the right call.
Certainly worked out.
Oh, yes.
Over the years.
For show.
And now I don't have the hair flip.
That's classic. I really just... I'm so happy I caught that.
And boy, did I get rid of those necklaces. I had a lot of those.
Oh, yeah. The choker. What were they called?
They were,
I don't know what they were called.
They were those surfer necklaces.
Yeah.
I was convinced I was some kind of surfer dude.
Dude, you look good. It looks good. It looks...
And then I went with the Greek rings for a while.
Yeah,
like 3 or 4 on my hands.
Yeah.
Now it's nothing.
I love the quotes. Opie.
Yeah. All right.
It's funny, man.
Dennis, great segment with you. Thanks.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Did you see this? Look at
what?
this. A country. China said you can't do April
China
Fool's
bans
jokes.
April Fool's Day for real.
China?
Yeah.
People should beware of hoaxes and false rumors. Today's April Fools all over the world. In China, and the government has banned it. They've banned the actual date, April 1st. Just a tradition of spreading lies and playing practical jokes on people because it's a Western tradition. It's not welcomed in this communist nation. This is a fucking April Fool's joke. This is an April Fool's joke. This can't be.
That's probably an April Fool's joke.
This is an
Dennis.
April Fool's joke. 3 years ago, China launched a campaign aimed at stopping the spread of rumors online and vowed severe punishment for doing so. China bans April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is not consistent with our cultural tradition or socialist core values. Hope nobody believes in rumors, makes rumors, or spreads rumors. I don't think that's real. I think that's China's.
That's the Washington Post, though.
Yeah, it's on the internet. It's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
Got to be true.
What's some of the best April Fool's pranks you've heard on radio shows there, Dennis?
Well, I guess I had done one, and I almost got fired for. I was working on a radio station, and I used the frequency by saying, if you have tickets for the Islanders game in Section 103, please call the Coliseum. That's all I said.
Right.
And
that was your April Fool's joke?
It was a music station, so I had 12 seconds to do it over a ramp.
Right.
Right. And
over a music ramp.
Exactly.
As the song is ramping up.
He's in terms
he does
in
April
the biz.
Fool's joke.
And their publicity department called and asked if we said anything, and I got real nervous. I said, no, I don't know where that came from.
But
it was just a line where I said, if you have tickets in Section 103, please call the Coliseum. That was all I said.
You think people were listening and going, man, that Dennis is crazy.
Zany.
What a lunatic.
He's loony. He's off the cuff. Well, we didn't really do anything like that. You'd flip the format or something and start playing Christmas songs or, it was harmless stuff,
Yeah.
Harmless stuff.
Because you didn't want to get in trouble. Because you guys kind of set the, the bar of not doing that.
Last April Fool's, my girlfriend was like 8 months pregnant. So, it's April 1st, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. She wakes up, she's like, Chris, oh my God. And she has a water bottle. I don't know that she has a water bottle in between her legs and throws it on the floor. She's like, my water just broke. My water just broke. And I'm like, oh my. And so I get up and I try to make a run. Oh my God. Now he doesn't care.
No, go ahead, Chris.
No, it's just, I pulled my hamstring last April Fool's trying to get her ready to go to the hospital because I thought her water broke, but it was just a water bottle.
And then she felt bad.
And then she was like, April Fool's. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing you could have done.
Wouldn't it have been funnier if she dropped like a baby doll on the floor?
That would have been great, too.
Yeah, well, we start laughing during your story because there's another picture that went up on Scott Shannon CBS on Twitter. That adorable Noogie kid.
Noogie.
Follow E-Rock Radio, a true radio fan and a great friend. Oh, I almost got the Scott down. Almost. I'm getting there. Hashtag Zoo Reunion. And there's Eric Nagel with a fucking shit-eating grin.
Scott Shannon looks like he may be going a little Caitlyn Jenner.
Scott Shannon, after he got rid of Todd, gained some years back.
Yeah, he looks good.
He looks like he got younger. And who's the other guy on the right?
Ross Britton.
That is Ross Britton?
Yeah.
He's a legend in the business.
Yeah,
Ledge.
He was working in Philly.
Was he?
Yeah, I think they...
Boy, is Eric happy to be taking a picture, huh, Travis?
Eric's, like I said, Eric's never been happier around this time in the morning.
I know.
Who's the guy in the back?
Miserable.
That guy in the picture in the background looks like a white Cuba Gooding Jr.
It looks like it's
Who
probably
the fuck is that?
An old picture of the team.
Oh, squad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. All right.
I think we're going to be talking to Aaron Paul in a few minutes, so we should probably break. We could do a little more radio with you.
Want to play some Fool songs today?
Let me think. Fool for the City?
Very good.
Let me think of a few others.
Fool and...
Sticks.
Foolin' by Sticks.
Fooling yourself.
What about, isn't there a UB40 song?
Right.
What did you say?
Only fools fall in love, or fools?
Why do fools fall in love? Frankie Lymon and the Teenagers.
I said it was UB40.
Fool on a Hill. Very good. Wrote that down. Give me Foghat.
Foolish by Ashanti.
Okay, we'll take that. Well, we're just trying to take.
I said Fool in the City.
You said Fool for the City. Okay.
Fool for the City. I mean, yes.
Okay. Whitesnake. Fool.
What?
Starts with Fool. Fool for your loving.
All right. And then you got Foolin', Fool. Def Leppard?
Leppard, yeah.
All right.
And the number one song of Fool titles, The Who. Won't Get Fooled Again.
Won't Get Fooled Again.
Yeah, how about Zeppelin, Fool in the Rain? You like that one?
I like Fool in the Rain.
And let me see.
Boring!
We're just playing song titles here. You asked me. And
Can't anyone take a joke anymore?
I know the younger, I should say, not even younger version of me probably told the management over there, I got this. I'll get us out of this.
Here's what I'll do.
I scream into it. Can't anyone take a joke anymore? God damn it. Fuck. Got the whole fucking city on high alert. They can't take a fucking joke anymore. Any other Fool songs? That's it.
Let's see what else we got. She's a Fool, Leslie Gore. You like that one? She's a Fool, 1963.
Maybe if I heard it.
Eddie Money had a good one called, was it Maybe I'm a Fool?
Right.
That was a good record, too.
It was all right.
Yeah, it's a good song. It was a secondary hit, but that's about it. We could go on and on, but we shouldn't.
Oh.
We shouldn't. Christie is going to be on Fallon tonight.
Who?
Governor Christie.
Oh,
who cares?
I want to see what he's going to say about Trump. Because he's backing him, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah,
Did you see Christie? I'll tell you something about Christie that matters.
Go ahead.
Did you see him putting his M&Ms into a bigger M&Ms box?
Who was he, at the game or something?
Did you see this?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, last week.
Chris Christie was caught putting a little box of M&Ms into a bigger box of M&Ms.
Isn't there like an easy explanation for that, though?
This was in the Times.
Why? What's the easy explanation?
Well, I know that certain places, and maybe this place, they sell bags of M&Ms in a M&M box.
So he snuck them in.
No. Like that's the way that these places sell them, so that it looks like you're getting a ton of M&Ms.
Right. Yeah.
Then you open up the box and it's just a bag of M&Ms. I think that's what he was doing.
You're a buzzkill.
I think he snuck them in.
We should stick to true facts.
It is a funny photo, though.
Wait, so you buy the box of M&Ms, and then inside is the bag of M&Ms.
Yeah, you say, oh, look at this huge box of M&Ms of the movies. I'm going to buy this. And then you open it up, and it's a shitty little bag.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
is I did not know that.
Is he brought the bags in. He snuck them in.
Is that what he did?
Probably.
I know he gave an explanation. I didn't read the explanation.
Yeah. Don't you do that when you go to the movies with the kids? Don't you bring in stuff?
All the
snacks?
time.
Yeah.
Well, I just bring in my own shit because I don't really like anything they have to offer.
What do you bring in?
I mean, it used to be like when I was eating them, like granola bar shit like that.
Do you like peanut chews?
And my own
Mary Jane's?
nuts, and I'll make my own trail mix that's slightly healthier.
Nice.
Do you need to know this?
No, I was just asking you what you bring in. I mean, they sell everything there. They sell candy. You know, like malted milk balls?
I'm trying to figure out how we make this entertaining or funny.
Well, we're just asking questions here. Does everything have to be funny?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Or I wouldn't have a career, Dennis.
Right, exactly. Into the Final Four this weekend?
I'm all about Syracuse.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're the long shot.
Number 10 seed.
10 seed. Only 10 seed ever to make to the Final Four.
What do we got? We got Syracuse, we got North Carolina, we got
Villanova, and Oklahoma.
Right, Oklahoma. Okay.
Which I'm going to say North Carolina will win, but it would be great if Syracuse
cool.
I would love to see
played
Syracuse.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, me too.
No one was expecting that.
No.
Right?
No.
And last year they weren't even in the tournament. They weren't. They pulled themselves out.
Right.
Well, they were bad boys.
Yeah. Bad boys, and everyone was saying they didn't deserve to be in this year, and now they're in the Final Four. Looky.
Speaking of sports, really fast before we go to break, and then we're going to get Aaron Paul in here to wrap up this Friday show, or we go late. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium's new food menu is literally insane.
Ooh.
Whoa. Yes. Yankees fans are going to need a lot of Alka-Seltzer this season. That's them saying it.
Yeah, they're a sponsor, Alka-Seltzer.
The team announced its all-star lineup of ballpark food offerings on Thursday, and it includes a slew of new menu items to choose from, almost all of which are deep-fried, slathered in sauce, and dripping with grease. One of the most epic additions is a 2-foot-long, $27 cheesesteak dubbed the Tape Measure, which is topped with white American cheese or Cheese Whiz and served on a fresh-baked hoagie roll. E-Rock would love this thing, right?
Hoagie Boy. That might be a show.
Boy, right.
Stadium food.
Huh?
That might be an E-Rock show. Stadium food.
I think they probably did that. Speaking of baseball, what other items? The Barnyard Wedding, what's that? Another new item that's guaranteed to clog your arteries this year is a towering meat-filled monstrosity known as the Barnyard Wedding, which features a hash brown on top of a fried chicken cutlet on top of a cheddar cheese-covered beef patty. Jesus.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Two other choices that stood out were the GOAT, greatest of all-time burger, which includes crispy bacon, pastrami, and American cheese piled high on top of a custom blend burger. Wow.
Way. Gonna have some extra EMTs.
Wow.
The stadium this year.
Your kid's too young to go to a ball game yet?
Nope. My kid is. I guess not Opie's.
No, I took my son to an Islanders game a couple years back. Yeah. The loud fucking horn scared the shit out of him. And he hasn't been back since. So I got to try that again.
Yeah, we went to arena football when my kids were small. And they come out with the big dragon and the fireworks and the flame. Yeah, that was fun, though.
Nope.
Your kids playing sports yet? Your kids playing sports yet?
Another rejection letter.
Yep. I've got them all.
Don't send this air check out. I like Chris Distefano, all right?
Right.
I know I can't do anything with that.
We're just making some conversation.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Some friendly chit-chat.
All right.
There you go.
All right, I got something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching CNBC last night, and they had a collector. We love talking about collections on this show.
Yes, we
and some
do.
of the shit out there. There's a guy, maybe we could look it up. He has baseballs signed by... I'm not going to say every president, but a lot of presidents. I think all the presidents since at least the start of 1900 on.
Wow.
I ran into the piece halfway through, but supposedly the collection's worth like $2 million. That is an impressive collection.
That's one of the more, like the guy who was saying who goes and just catches home run balls and figured out a system. That guy's a fucking rat weasel.
The guy at City Field, the guy at the...
Yeah, that guy's just annoying.
How many home run balls has he caught?
Well, I don't know. It's like in the hundreds.
We were going to interview him, and then we're like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but he has a lot of just the batting practice balls.
He has everything.
Just crazy.
That's just like a weasel. This is an actual real thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's nice. That's a cool thing.
Baseball signed by president. Yeah, but it's one collection. If you could find that, maybe. And we do have to take a break. Aaron Paul is here. We don't want to have him waiting.
All right. We should go out to break with Fool songs today.
Is that it? Is that the...
No, we shouldn't.
All right. Try to find it during the break.
No Fool song. No fooling here.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
All right, Dennis. Thank you.
Hey, thanks.
Chris Distefano, he's got a couple gigs coming up. April 22nd and 23rd, Carmine's Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie. April 29th and 30th, Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And it's Christy Comedy on the Twitter. And the Instagram, what is it?
Christy Comedy.
Yeah, you do all right with the Instagram, too.
Oh, yeah.
Anxiety Tuesdays with Christy.
Oh, don't watch them.
Aaron Paul next. Stay there. You know this one, right, Chris? Come on, buddy.
Okay, this is...
Come on,
all right. This one is... Okay, I'm going to say this is a little old school, maybe 70s. This is in the 70s or the early 80s. This
sure, 70s, early 80s, yes.
This is... fuck, who is this? This is... Shit. Joan Jett?
Joan Jett.
Yeah?
Good job, buddy.
No.
Good job. Let's get Aaron Paul in here. Good morning, Aaron Paul.
Good morning.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
See you guys.
It's been a few years.
It has been many years.
The last time you were in, it was all about Breaking Bad.
Yes, it's been a while.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Wow. Why?
I figure I would just throw myself on the fire.
What are you in fucking ISIS? Who hasn't seen Breaking Bad?
But I'm watching. I'm watching Saul though.
Oh. That I haven't seen.
You just decided
it doesn't make sense, right?
Skip Breaking Bad and go.
No, see what happened was.
Yeah, what? What happened?
Because I faked it last time you were in here. But Anthony knew all
and
about Breaking Bad.
And you faked it really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's my job. But now I figure I have to come clean. But no, I'm watching Better Call Saul. I'm all in. I'm up to date and everything.
And you like it.
I fucking love it. So when this season's over in a couple weeks, then I'm going to start Breaking Bad.
You are?
Of course I am.
Okay,
what happened was I got two small kids.
Yeah.
Almost 6 and a 3.5. So I went through a period I wasn't watching anything. I'm finally out of the woods, I call it. And I'm catching up with my TV.
Yeah.
And I was reading, I think, a one sheet today from Travis. I think it was from Travis that you might be in. You Better Call Saul. You might be popping in that, right?
Yeah, I mean we're open. I'm definitely open to that idea.
Yeah,
and we've talked about it, Vince and I, and Peter Gould, the other creator. Yes. It's got to make sense to the story. They're not just going to throw Jesse in there to throw him in there. So
see, I don't know Jesse yet.
Jesse Pinkman?
I don't
Dude,
know.
it's one of to be honest, it's one of the it's one of the best shows.
I know it is.
I would
Thank you very much.
No, there's no reason I should have watched it. Of course I should have.
In my opinion, best shows ever created: Breaking Bad, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Wire, and Raising Hope. Best shows.
I've seen 2 out of the 4 of those.
Yep.
I haven't seen Raising Hope.
I threw that one in there to be stupid. It bombed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Raising Hope bombed.
There's some great TV out there.
Yeah, I loved The Wire.
Yeah,
so
we just had Jamie Hector in here the other day.
Yeah, look at that.
We've become friends with him.
Yeah.
And he noticed that I didn't give money to his charity, and I said, hey, man, I don't know if I got your number. And then we exchanged numbers after the show, and I'm thinking he's going to let me slide, and boy, he gave me the address.
Right. Oh,
so
yeah.
I owe Jamie Hector a check now.
A few dollars.
Do you have a charity, too? Please say no.
Yes, actually, I do. No, my wife runs an organization called Kind Campaign. So,
okay.
If you could help with that, that'd be great.
All right. Is there a website?
Yeah, kindcampaign.com.
All right. She'll get a few bucks from the listeners. And
Thank you.
And then if this goes well, maybe I'll send it to you.
Yeah. No, you're a sweetheart. She travels the world and talks to young girls about the effects of bullying in school hallways. So.
Right.
That's strong.
That's big. And you being do you have a daughter? Did you say?
Boy, I have a daughter.
Yeah.
She's a looker, too. I'm already hating
You're screwed.
I was really hoping I would have an ugly daughter.
Yeah.
Just to make her work a little harder, and
I see where you're going.
It'd be more about the personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna raise her right, and she's also gonna be in MMA classes very soon.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even joking.
No, that's a great idea.
I'm not joking. She's going into those classes immediately.
Idea.
And then you get the feminists out there going, well, why wouldn't your son be in those classes as well? But he will be.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to fucking protect themselves.
Exactly.
Because we didn't. My wife did not push out an ugly one. I'm like, fuck, blue eyes and everything.
Gorgeous.
Well, when I found out that I was having a girl in the doctor's office, I actually screamed no.
Really?
Yeah, I had a son, and I saw the I saw the screen, and I thought I was looking at a ball bag, so I was like excited, like okay, another boy, just because you know. You know, boys. We're boys. We understand.
Sure. Right.
And then when she said you're having a girl, I screamed no. And everyone looked at me like, you're a sick fuck. But I was thinking, I'm excited now, Aaron. I was laughing. I'm excited now, and I'm all in. You need to know that. I really am. And
wait, so did you not know until she gave birth?
No. But the famous, do you want to know? And we said, yeah, we want to know.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at this thing. I already saw the ball bag, so I'll just make believe. I'll make believe I'm surprised when they tell me I'm having a boy. But then, man, I saw it wrong, obviously.
Yeah.
And I said no, and everyone stared at me like I'm a fucking piece of shit. And all I was thinking in my head was her turning 15, 16, whatever.
Oh, my God.
Whenever they start dating, and the guy showing up at my house. That's what I was thinking immediately.
Yeah. I was dating this girl years ago, and I went to go stay with her family in Sedona, Arizona.
Nice.
And her dad was not in town yet, so it was three peaceful, amazing nights with the mother and her brother, but the dad comes back, and he is this like 6'4", nothing but muscle, like military guy, and I'm like, wow, it's really nice to meet you, man. The first thing he says to me is like, first of all, never call me man. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And then that night, he's just cleaning, I'm not kidding, cleaning and taking apart his gun and staring at me the entire time.
Really?
I'm like, wow, this guy, he knows what to do, though. Like, that's what what I'm going to do.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
See, but I don't know, because I feel like that could be counted. But I think that could
be a good move.
I don't know, because some guys would be like, you know what, now I'm going to try to stick it in your daughter's ass. Like, I feel like some guys would do that. Some guys would be like, you know what, I have a 10-month-old daughter. I'm not going to do that, because I know that there'll be guys that they'll be like, oh, you want to act like a tough guy? my daughter can make her own decisions. That's what I'm going to do. Because I feel like that you were, you didn't take it that way, but you probably, there would have been some guys who'd be like, yeah, how about was
this before you were Aaron Paul as the world knows you?
Yeah, I mean I was
were you successful?
No, I was
well known.
No, and is your real name Aaron Paul?
That's my middle name.
Oh, middle name. Okay, it's a cool name.
So this guy now knows. Wow, the guy I was cleaning the gun in front of is now a big star.
Wow. Right? He must feel like a fucking dick. He must feel like such a dick. Like, he's like, I'm cleaning the gun. I'm going to scare the shit out of this kid. He's like, yeah, how about I'll just be on the fucking biggest show ever, you scumbag.
But you know what's so funny?
Go do push-ups.
You know what's so funny? His daughter, my girlfriend at the time, she warned me about that. She's like, just so you know, my dad's going to probably clean his gun in front of you. And I was like, wow, that's his move.
That's his move.
And so when he was doing it internally, even though it was terrifying, because he's a terrifying man, I also thought it was kind of funny.
What is she? Do you know where the girlfriend is now, or what she's doing now?
No.
I bet she's a hooker.
Jesus!
I bet because the father scares girls into doing that.
What are you doing?
I'm telling you the truth. I'm not in here to lie.
Aaron Paul is doubled over.
I'm dying here.
How cool is Sedona?
Oh my God.
I went once. I flew in. We did Sedona for 2 days, me and my brother, before we went to the canyon.
I never went.
It's unbelievable.
You gotta go to Sedona.
Yeah.
I've only been to Phoenix.
There's a vibe going there.
There is a vibe going on there.
Did you do the pink Jeep tour? I think
No, but I saw... Yeah.
Okay. Wherever you go, you see these pink Jeeps, and they take you on these tours and show you the Red Rocks and stuff.
Yeah, lots of hiking. Okay. It's a really, magical... You're right.
An awesome
it's got a vibe. Yeah.
I loved it there. I can't wait to go back.
I'm going to go.
And then we took the ride all the way to the Grand Canyon for 2 days.
Yeah,
and my brother, who's a sick fuck, he's like... He is, though. Like, he's younger than me, and I mean, this was 10 years ago, but I was still a bit on the old side. And there's signs everywhere: "Do not hike down to the river in one day." And then you'll learn in the gift shop that there's a book that is huge. I don't even know how thick it is, but it's really big. And the title is Deaths at the Grand Canyon. And a lot of them happen because assholes like me and my brother, because we ended up doing it, they think they can go down the river and back in one day, and they fucking die in the middle of the night. They freeze to death and shit.
How did you guys make it then? What did you do?
Yeah.
My brother's like, fuck it, we're doing this. We made it all the way down, and there's like you could camp down there. And I was in bad shape. I had heat exhaustion and stuff. I was starting to see some shit.
Right.
I was in bed. And my brother knew, and he got me a big iced tea, and we put our feet in the river, and he's pouring ice water over my head. And I remember my whole world coming back like, I'm back.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
I needed water.
And then you turned around that day and went back?
Then we went to the people down there. It's the ranch. I forgot the name of it. And we're like, can we sleep down here for the night? And they basically said, sorry, no, we're full. And at that point, we probably should have figured out a way to just stay down there for the night, because at least there's people down there. And then the lady goes, and you better hurry, because that sun's starting to go down. Long story short, we hiked out around 11 or midnight in the complete dark. We finally made it back to the top.
Wow.
I'm glad we did.
And was it freezing? Like, was it truly freezing?
I mean, the temperature definitely dropped. I don't remember it being to a point where it was uncomfortable.
That's insane.
It was more uncomfortable because it was a long fucking day of hiking.
Yeah.
And that sucks because the ranchers knew that. They fucking have read that book, so they knew you're probably going to die, but they're like,
there's signs everywhere.
Yeah.
They're basically saying,
dicks.
If you're to this point, you better turn back. They have all these type of signs on the trails. But it was, it was amazing. I'm glad we did it. And,
yeah. Have you been to Moab?
No.
Moab. Moab is another magical, Moab, Utah.
Yeah.
And you go there and, every other shop is a place where you can rent a Razor like off-road vehicle. It's all about climbing rocks there, off-roading. And but when we rented it, this was in May last year. This is the second time we went. They said, "Hey, please be careful. We've already had 3 people die this season."
Wow.
Just
Holy
people
fuck.
like rolling the cars or just flying off the cliff. I was like, wow,
What is it, Action Park?
Crazy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they think, oh, it's just another, hill that you go down, but it's actually just a drop off.
You're dead.
Yeah.
And you're dead. But,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm amazed they even rent the vehicles if
I know.
it's happening so much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the one with the arc, right?
They had the
famous arc.
Yeah.
See, I don't do that. I can't go into the I'd rather I'll do that shit in 3D. Like I'll do it. I can't. There's no way I would ever. There's nothing you could ever tell me to be like, go to Moab, Utah. I'd be like, nah, I'll stay in Brooklyn.
I love being outside, man. I
can't.
love all that shit.
I hate it.
You hate it, huh?
Nah, I can't because I was never a Boy Scout. I'm telling you what, like my mother.
Where are you from?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
My mother signed me up for Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and I fucking walk into the woods. Something bites me. My psoriasis fucking blows my arms up. And my mother would make things worse because she's real Catholic. She would rub holy water on my psoriasis. I'm like, that's making it 1,000 times worse. I'm dying. Like Jesus is not going to bleed. So, like little things like that was like I can never do nature. Nobody in my neighborhood grew up with nature.
Well, you're from Brooklyn.
No, what the fuck?
Different, right?
Yeah, it's just not. There's no nature.
I love being out
around there.
hiking.
I can't do it,
so
but I want to get better. I want my kid to be in nature.
What's scary about getting out of the Grand Canyon? They warned us too about at night the rattlesnakes get on the trail.
Jesus Christ,
to cool off.
I couldn't
cool off, and then as we're coming out, the stars were ridiculous. I remember that.
I remember that.
You haven't seen the stars properly until you go out west because there's not as many city lights when you're in the middle of especially the Grand Canyon area.
Right.
And then you hear the fucking coyotes in the distance.
Oh,
that was
God.
scaring the shit out of me too.
And when they get something, just ripping it apart. Yeah.
I tried once with an ex-girlfriend. We went camping in New Jersey, and I heard one sound, and I fucking packed it up and went and stayed in a Ramada. I was like, you can stay here. I was like, I'm fucking out of here.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God! Look at those the skies. It's out of control.
It's unbelievable.
But see, I'm good seeing it here on Google Image.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
I mean, Google Image is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like I don't need to smell it and see it.
You don't have you don't have the star app?
I don't. Oh, what's the star?
Oh yeah, the star app is great.
The star app tells you exactly which stars you're looking at.
Yeah,
they've got that shit figured out nicely.
Oh, okay.
And then you move your phone around and it moves with the sky.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Perfect.
All right,
we're going to talk about the path in a second. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but the other thing we were doing research on you a little bit. Your wife's really into making a murderer, which we all were.
Oh yeah,
but she's even more hardcore because she's trying to figure out the case to the point where she's sending stuff to the new lawyer.
Yes, no. It was actually the original lawyers.
Oh, the original ones.
So we were waiting for that show. We knew it was coming out, so we actually saw that show the day it came out on Netflix, and we finished it the second day. It was before it got the crazy, wave behind it, and so she started watching it for the second time right away.
Yeah,
and she started picking up on some things. Rewatching it, and she saw, the ex-boyfriend who was leading the whole investigation. Sure. We all knew, okay, this guy, he has something.
Yeah.
This guy's behind it. He's leading the investigation, and then she notices the guy who is never a suspect has giant claw marks on both of his hands. There's scabs on both of his hands.
Yeah.
And he's leading this investigation. She's like, what is this? And she is freaking out. She calls me. She's like, I think I cracked the case. I'm like, what are you talking about? You cracked the case. She's obsessed with it. Yeah. And so I got home and she's like, watch this. She's like, did you see anything? And then I'm like, no. She rewound it and paused it. Damn. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it is obvious human claw marks because they're so wide apart.
Yeah.
Anyways, she takes takes a picture of it, writes both lawyers this email, and the subject is, please read, I think I have new evidence. And so she wrote to both lawyers, and they actually responded within 6 hours.
Wow,
and they're like, this is actually new evidence. Thank you. We could possibly use this, but it's great. I mean, it's just, she was so excited when she got that email from them, just screamed out, kind of like when you said no. But she said yes. Yes. Oh my God, they're talking to me. Yes, she's.
You think he's guilty?
I don't know. I think he's a terrible human being.
Yeah,
but there's not a chance in hell that he pulled that off. There's no way he could have pulled that off.
I don't think so either. I watch Investigation Discovery, like that channel. I watch it. Yeah. I watch it so much that, like, I'm a huge college basketball fan. And last week I missed the Sweet 16 because I was wrapped up in a Wives with Knives marathon on Investigation Discovery. So it's just like, that's how insane, that's how crazy I've gotten.
He loves the sports.
I love sports, and that's how. But I'll tell you what, like watching How to Making Murder, because of all the Investigation Discovery I was watching, I felt like I'm a detective, and I was thinking what you were thinking. There's no way he could have pulled this off. He has character flaws, yes, but he wouldn't pull it off because most people would do this, and this. He didn't have enough time. Like, for me, the phone call that the girlfriend made in the middle of the supposed killing, where he's not out of breath and it supposedly has her chained to the bed, murdering her in that 10-minute frame, a real murderer wouldn't have picked up the phone. You're busy murdering someone. Yeah. So that, to me, was like, oh, well, that's like the biggest piece.
Yeah, exactly. But, and it either happened in the bedroom or in the garage, and there was no blood anywhere.
I know, that part is crazy.
And in the garage, I mean, how would he clean all of that up?
Right.
And if it happened in the garage had cracks. I mean, there's cracks. There was dust everywhere. If he cleaned everything up, that dust would have been eliminated.
I don't know why they blew that part of the case off. They just said, he cleaned up the garage, and they even took up some of the concrete that had the cracks to see if they could find DNA in the cracks from blood or whatever dripping in there. Really, it's such a strange.
Either way, he needs a new trial, I think. Even
if the nephew certainly needs a new trial.
Sure.
They don't even talk about the nephew.
God,
Brandon Dassey. And the memes going up all over for that poor kid.
So depressing.
It's so depressing.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
He's like, yeah. Do you see, there's all these memes. Like, Brandon, did you do 9/11? Yeah.
It's so sad.
So sad.
I got called into jury duty right after finishing making. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait. And I just sat in the courthouse for the entire day. They never called me up. So
I was booked. I was doing shows right when I watched that in Madison, Wisconsin, and I asked if I could, they could drive me out to Avery Auto Salvage, but they were like, no.
Why?
I don't know, because they were like, it's far. It's like 2 hours. Apparently, that part of Wisconsin is like beyond white trash. Like, that's where all the crime happens in that area, is out of that whatever neighborhood it was.
You should have got an Uber.
I know. An Uber
in
Wisconsin.
to Avery's.
No, I just sat there and ate bratwurst and shit myself in the hotel.
Salad yard.
In the Radisson.
Yeah.
The lovely Radisson.
So The Path sounds like a good show, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, The Path, now available on Hulu. New episodes available every Wednesday. Tell us about the show. I know it's about a little bit about religion and cults and
it's
whatnot.
really it's about a group of people in the center of a new religious movement called Myerism.
Right.
And at the center of that is this family. I play Eddie Lane, who was brought into the movement at a very low point in his life. His wife was born into the movement. Now they've raised their 2 kids within the movement. But in the pilot episode, my character has this eye-opening moment where he just decides that he's just not buying anything they're selling anymore. And so he's at a crossroads. He's dealing with a crisis of faith. But he knows if he's, says anything about his doubt, his family will just turn their backs on him and walk away, and he'll lose everyone. So that's kind of what my guy's going through.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch
The Path? I don't have Hulu. I don't think I have it.
It's easy to get.
I think.
It's easy to get.
I'll get Hulu.
That's a horrible excuse.
It's a super twisted, just fucked up show.
My dad calls it Lou-hoo. He always mixes it up. He's like, oh, you Lou-hoo?
Are you on Lou-hoo?
Is your show going to be on Lou-hoo?
That is so great.
I'm like, Hulu. All right, I would watch. It does sound interesting. I like, religion and, you know, I like you. I mean, I was telling him before when you came in.
No, your acting.
I was like, your acting
ridiculous.
was unbelievable in Breaking Bad. Where I was just like, it was so good because I was trying to get into acting at that time. I just started like, you know, in this entertainment business, and I was like, he's so fucking good that why even start? I'll never be as good as him. That's how good you were, you know. But that's why I went to become a comedian, because you know you don't have any. It's good when you have no self-confidence.
Chris had a show called Benders.
Yeah.
I thought they should have picked it up for a second season.
It was a hockey show. It was a sitcom, you know, on IFC.
It was good.
One season.
One and done.
One and done. That's everything I've been on so far has been one and done. So,
one and done.
One and done. So, you know, if I get cast on the path, it's over. It's not going to get another season. If you see me.
There's hope.
But that was me, man. Before Breaking Bad, I had done so many pilots that just never went.
Right.
You know, I would go, you signed a contract for, you know, you hope to have it many seasons.
Right.
You know, you at least get it picked up.
Right.
And then never. They're like, yeah, sorry, we didn't pick it up. But the Breaking Bad, I think, was my 7th pilot.
Wow.
And then there was the first one to go to series. And then, you know, it's just...
rest is history.
Did you ever start thinking, fuck, enough of this shit?
Yeah, man, I had so many ups and downs, but I never really wanted to do anything else.
Right.
Anything, you know.
Well, a lot of parents go, well, make sure you have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
And they mean well, but I'm from the school, if you don't have anything to fall back on, it makes it even more urgent that you figure this shit out.
Right.
Exactly.
And
that's where I was at.
And you could always find something to, quote, fall back on. There's always something that you could probably get into doing. Because you started with, you jumped in a car with your mom with $6,000 and went to L.A. to make it.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. 6,000 doesn't go too far.
Yeah, no, it's
I'd bet that shit on the Yankees.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's more money than.
Why'd you go with your mom? Were you young?
Well, I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
She just drove out with me, and that was it. Wow. And then she was there for in LA for just a few days, and then she went back. And when we were moving into my apartment. First thing, I plug in a radio, turn on some music, bringing in boxes, and I'm grabbing a box from the car, and we start hearing a shootout. Literally like 2 blocks. Wow. I mean, it sounded like it was in our backyard. And then we're seeing helicopters flying above us, and we're like, what is that? We go inside, and it's on the radio. A Bank of America was being robbed.
Holy fuck!
It was a huge North Hollywood. You've probably looked that up.
Was
North
that the
Hollywood,
famous one?
The famous Bank of America.
Where the guy's in all the armor?
Yes, Bank of America, North Hollywood shootout.
Yes.
It was happening as I was moving.
Your first day in L.A.
Yes,
Holy
as
crap.
I was moving.
Have you seen the footage?
Yeah.
They couldn't take the guy down forever.
Yeah.
I know. He was heavily armed.
And then he ended up killing himself, right? Was it 2 guys?
I think he got shot in the thumb, right? And then he couldn't pull the trigger, and then he killed himself.
1997. I haven't thought about this in a while, but this guy came out fully...
How crazy is
in
that?
full armor, and they were just... It took forever to take care of this situation.
And so this was happening, and my poor mother's such a sweetheart. This was happening as she was moving her 17-year-old kid into his first apartment.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's pretty...
Look at
this guy.
That's a reporter. That's a hell of a first day. And there are the helicopters.
Yeah.
And this guy just kept reloading.
Did he kill any cops?
I don't remember the details.
I'm not sure.
Of the story
I know he was shooting at cops. He came out with just running. I mean, he had
because he had watched the movie
weapons.
Heat, I think, right? And that's where he got the idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of Aaron Paul fans on the line. Yes, I know Aaron was on Price is Right before he was famous.
Oh yeah. Yes, I was. Man, I was a young kid. Price is Right. Anytime I've gone 3 times, and each time we went, someone from our group would get picked. Because we just kind of cracked the system. It wasn't just a name out of the hat. You had to sell yourself. They wanted good TV, and to us, oh my God, look at me, look at this.
I've never seen the video.
I'm not even kidding. This was right when Red Bull came out.
Yeah,
I had dumped 6 Red Bulls and a big gulp from 7-Eleven because I knew. Look at me.
Oh wow!
And look at my CBS bumper sticker.
Yeah.
I was a walking billboard.
You can't even stand up.
I can't even. Oh yeah.
How old was this? After Hollywood?
This was. I might have been 19, 20.
Wow, dude, you are so fucking hyped up.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's 6 can. I won that desk.
Oh, you still have that desk?
Yeah. No, I left it in this old apartment. It was just too heavy. Too heavy to move. Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
look at that.
You are all about it.
The crowd loved you.
Yeah. Well, you're hanging out with that crowd from like 5 in the morning until they finally bring you into the stage. Yeah, look at me.
And then you're screaming, Bob Barker!
Bob Barker. Look at look at this.
Your bid is $26,500.
Oh, the sports car.
The actual retail price of
watch what happens here.
$26,360.
Oh, you overbid
by $132.
Fuck.
Yeah. Look how sad I am.
Oh my God.
I was devastated for a good 4 or 5 months because I had no money, struggling. But we knew like Price is Right was a way to get some extra cash. Yeah. Actually, my friends stayed for they did another taping right after that one, and I went home because I was, obviously depressed.
Of course.
My buddy won the Showcase Showdown.
Wow.
Yeah, he won a trip to Fiji, London, and New Orleans.
But he couldn't afford it, so how did he pay the taxes?
He actually had. So I went to New Orleans with him, and I helped pay the taxes on that trip, and then it was actually a big burden. Yeah. It was a lot of money.
Well, if you would have won the sports car, you would have to pay the taxes.
Yeah,
right?
I would have just sold that thing.
Oh, yeah. You have to pay the taxes on all these prizes. So a lot of people they win this great stuff, they never use it or go on the trips because they can't afford the taxes.
They can't afford the taxes.
So they have to sell some of the shit to cover the taxes.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy world.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
A crazy, stupid world.
It's so weird. You guys figured out Price is Right, though. You're like, we could go on this show and maybe get a little exposure and some money.
It was right down the street from where I was living, and why not?
Right. Dude, they're saying you got to go.
Come on.
Where's he going?
What is there?
I wanted to talk about fly fishing.
I love fly fishing.
I started fly fishing with my friend Bob Kelly, a comedian, very funny guy. I love it too.
I love it.
I thought it would be a stupid thing to do.
No, I grew up. My dad was fly fishing my whole life. Makes his own flies, and I grew up in Idaho. So many amazing rivers and lakes, and I just started the last couple of years. It's amazing.
I caught one so far.
Yeah,
but it pissed off Bob Kelly really. Really bad. I got to tell him really fast. Then he's got to get out of here because to catch a fish, fly fishing, you got to know what you're doing.
You're doing. Yeah,
it's not. There's no luck involved really for the most part.
Yeah,
except for my story. So we've been fly fishing for hours, catching nothing, and then we're in a stream, and I'm just dragging my pole in the water, just exhausted. And also, I'm like, I think I got something. Bob's like, shut the fuck up. You don't got nothing. That's almost impossible. Yeah. There's a fish on the line. He knows. He gets it.
Oh, I get it. No, I'm not kidding. I've been doing it for close to 2 years. On and off for 2 years. I have not caught one thing. But I love it. It's just,
I was dragging my line, just tired, trying to get to the shore to take a break, and there was a fish on it. And so Aaron's got to go, unfortunately.
Hey, thank you so much,
I don't know if we sold the show properly. I hope we did. It's called The Path, now available on Hulu. New episodes available every Wednesday. Aaron Paul's
It's a really great show. I mean, just watch the first episode. You'll get hooked.
At least do that. Watch the first episode and check it out, please, for Aaron Paul.
I'm going to watch it.
All right?
Thank you, guys. Great
Thanks,
to see
Aaron
you.
Paul.
All right, brother.
All right.
Good to meet you, man.
You're great, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You too. You're awesome.
Are we leaving, or what do you want to?
You want to do the photo?
Yeah. All right, we might be back. We might not be. So go fuck yourselves.
That's good.
You got this one, right?
Huh? The headphone is round. Wait, hold on. Who?
You know this song, right?
Okay. No, this is honest. Who is this?
You don't know this?
Rolling. Foo Fighters?
Perfect today.
Yeah?
You're fucking perfect today.
I'm getting better at it.
You're definitely getting better.
All right. Wow, I'm pretty impressed I knew that.
She's probably a hooker.
She's probably a hooker.
Mars like that one.
He got upset.
He didn't get upset.
Oh, all right.
I don't want to misrepresent that. Right. Aaron Paul was doubled over in laughter when you said when you said his ex-girlfriend is probably a hooker because the father was a bit strict. cleaning the gun in front of Aaron Paul.
Yeah, I just feel,
basically saying don't fucking try anything with my daughter.
Right.
So now you think that girl is a hooker.
Yeah, because, my dad thinks I'm a precious angel. He doesn't let me do anything. He keeps me pinned down. So guess what? Now I fucking give blowjobs.
Yeah.
For money.
You give blowjobs for money?
Yep. Ask fucking, what's his name? Ian, the guy.
Oh, Ian Halpern?
Ian Halpern.
Yeah.
Ask Ian Halpern, baby.
Aaron Paul was fun.
Good dude, Aaron Paul.
I love that I got to tell him I've never seen Breaking Bad.
That was great. That was classic.
He looked at me like, what the
That had
fuck?
fucking balls, man.
Why?
That was ball because that was cool.
I had to come clean because the last time he was in here, I made believe I knew all about the show. You heard him. He goes, wow, you're a good actor.
Honesty's the best policy, man.
He's unbelievable, though.
Good.
I've seen plenty of Breaking Bad scenes, and Aaron Paul's an amazing actor. He had a good time, too. He said, I can't wait to come back to this.
Yeah.
I think he said this horse shit, but...
This horse shit.
No. Is E-Rock here? It's the only reason why I came back, because E-Rock said he was coming to work at 10 o'clock.
Wow, and now it's 10:10.
No? You think he's waiting in his truck until the show's off the air? Roland's saying yes. What do you think, Travis? He's not coming in this building until he knows we're done?
I think he's just flying so high from this morning.
Being with his real heroes?
Yeah.
His real radio heroes?
Those are his heroes. Those are his friends.
That's the face E-Rock makes when he's in a good situation and he's happy.
I haven't seen that face in years.
No.
Especially not around here.
No. So, yeah, it's too long to get into and listen to the replay, but E-Rock had a reason why he wasn't here today, even though he didn't tell any of us, because he's very mysterious.
Lots to listen to the replay for. Ian Halpern. What else? Eric Nagel. Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul and Dennis Falcone.
Big reason.
I guess we're done. Anything else going on? Travis, we do it?
No, you got it.
We did it for a Friday, right?
Yeah.
This is a news anchor fired after Facebook post stereotyping black people as criminals. But
fuck it.
That's heavy. We're fucking around today.
Trying to get off in a light mood.
Here's a light story. Hospice CEO ordered nurses to execute patients by overdose to save money.
Oh, there you go. Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Well, I mean, what? They're just, they're just speeding the inevitable.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Some money.
No, it's all right.
And then good old John Kasich is going to be right down the street from F.H. Riley's. Fuck.
Wow, I saw the article. That
Huntington Town Hall with Governor John Kasich at the Paramount. Love the Paramount.
Paramount's great. But
this Monday night.
Fuck him forever, though, for eating his pizza with a knife and a fork.
You saw that?
Yeah, it's like...
That bothered you?
It bothered me because it's like...
You gotta fold that shit, right?
Yeah, don't be you're going to be a pansy pussy ass like that, and I expect you to face up to North Korea? I don't think so. If you're fucking trying to watch oil dripping off your chin, I really doubt that you're going to step up to the Taliban when they, reemerge. So you can't be president because you eat, your pizza with a knife and a fork. I know that it could be like, people would be like, oh, you make it too much of it. No, people who eat their pizza with a knife and a fork are not, they're not real people.
Well, I mean, but there's other places in this country where you can't really fold that pizza up.
Like, yeah, but you're in New York.
Rochester, you can't fold that pizza up, really.
Why? What do they say?
There's a little extra cheese on there. Little extra cheese.
Little extra cheese. All right. Placenta pizza on Monday.
Are we going to do the placenta smoothies?
I got a banana, half-eaten banana.
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
Well, I got to find a place that'll make us placenta smoothies.
I'm sure we can find something.
Jim Norton did Philly last night. I haven't heard if it was good or not. Usually, what?
It was sold out.
It ended up being sold out. Awesome. I usually get a report from Kenny or Jimmy about the shows. I'm sure it was fine. Tonight it's Wilmington, Delaware, the Grand Opera House for little Jimmy Norton. And
nice.
I guess we're done.
All right.
This is fun. I want to continue, but I think we did it.
All right.
I think we did it.
Yeah.
Let's go eat or something.
Let's go.
Fuck you, Rob Lowe. All right, took care of that. All right. Chris Distefano, thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks for having me, man.
Chris D Comedy on Twitter, Chris D Comedy on Instagram, and don't go to the Creek in the Cave because he's just trying out shit, and it sucks.
And it sucks.
He's being honest about it because you're working out new shit.
I'm working out new shit. April 22nd and 23rd, I'll be at Carmine's Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie, and the 29th and 30th, Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, where that should be better.
Okay. And you got Carolina in the Final Four.
I got North Carolina.
What?
In Austin.
Oh, yeah. You're doing one of the shows in Austin with me.
Yeah.
You're going to be down there still, right?
Yeah, I'm down there
because we're doing 2 radio shows down there officially. Did we make the official announcement? We're gonna next week we will, but we're definitely doing 2 radio shows in Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
and Chris and I think Mark Norman are doing the first one with me because Jimmy's going to be somewhere. I forgot where he's going to be.
Yeah,
and then he flies in, and then Jimmy's doing the show. Then we're doing a special Saturday show actually.
Right.
We'll have all the details next week.
Sweet.
And there was a basketball story in there.
Oh. What, D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, I mean, he just filmed his teammate.
What a dummy.
Talking about cheating on his Iggy Azalea, who's a famous rapper.
Right.
So it was just a dumb thing. But now his team hates him. They won't even pass him the ball. And
they won't pass him the ball
There's
even.
A funny video of a clip of him like being like, ball, give me the ball. And then they're just run. It was on World Star. Yeah, just D'Angelo Russell won't get ball from, maybe it's Julian Randle, I think is probably the guy who wouldn't pass him the ball.
We talked about this the other day. What I don't understand is, so he filmed his teammate admitting that he's cheating on her, right? So why did the video get out though? At that point, didn't he think, oh, this is just bad for me personally, because this is going to fuck up my job at the Lakers?
I think he was just a young kid.
And he still put it out there?
Yeah. Yeah, here it is. D'Angelo Russell getting his treatment for the rest of the season. And he's just, if you see on where he's just not.
Where's it? World Star Hip Hop?
Yeah, if you go to World Star, can you plug my phone in to the thing?
We'll tweet it out.
Or tweet it out?
Yeah, we'll tweet out the video.
It's on their Instagram, yeah. It's just him not getting the ball. It's funny.
Let me check this out before we go. What a dummy, though.
What a dum-dum.
Because then someone said that he actually sent the video to a friend of his, and that's how the video actually got out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep going down. Keep going. Go.
Is this off your Instagram?
No. This is World Star. It's keep going.
Wow, they fucking post a lot of videos.
There you go. That's it. This is it right here.
Let me see this really
Look at
fast. This. And we'll tweet it out.
Missing a long shot. 11th rebound for Julius Randle. Russell wants the ball. You can see him holding it. Randle's going to take it.
Well, are they doing that a lot to him?
Yeah, he sits alone at lunch at the plane. The team, he sat in the back of the plane. That the team won't. They've made a complete thing like we're not speaking to you, and his teammates are saying it's not about the fact that you're young, so what? You should know the difference. And Kobe Bryant apparently tried to talk to the team about it. And I think one of the players, Randall or someone else, was like, look, Kobe, you're retiring. This isn't about you. So he's going to be on the team with us. So we don't, just shut your mouth.
And you know what that's about?
What?
I mean,
thanks.
I've lived long enough to know that a lot of these, a lot of these athletes have a very good life on the road, let's just say.
Oh, sure.
So this guy blew up everyone's spot.
Yeah. Because now Iggy Azalea has tweeted where the engagement is off.
We, we named the player once, I think, but back in the day in Boston, you know what, fuck it.
All right.
Let's just say that we got someone's voicemail.
And there was some dirty, naughty things on there.
Girls from all over the fucking country.
Jesus.
Can't wait.
And this guy was married with kids.
No, I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think so, even.
Right.
I think he can do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Right.
But but by listening to these voicemails, these girls just could not wait for this certain player to hit their city.
Wow.
And there were a lot.
And I'm sure they were smoking hot, all of them.
I don't know. We took huge fucking chances back in the day because this guy was pissed off at this person, so they gave us the code to his voicemail.
Wow.
And then we just fucking played it on the air. And it was chick after chick.
Jesus.
Can't wait for you to come to Houston. Oh, yeah. Girls all over the country. And I've heard over the years that there's more than a few that had this going on. So this young kid blew up their spot.
It's just being an idiot. Like, why are you filming anyone say that? But, it is what it is. He's going to have to deal with it now.
And it had nothing to do with morals. This guy was just thinking, I got something that's going to go viral.
Right.
Not thinking, well, idiot, he's one of your teammates.
Right.
This is going to really fuck you up.
It's going to fuck him up. And, it's...
He wasn't doing right by anybody. He was just thinking, viral shit like we all do.
No, it's bad.
All right. With that, have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday. And that's it. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thank you.